here to find out what happened to my daughter. She was abused, and I believe it was her father. She had a life-threatening head injury. She had a few cracked ribs.
Did he abuse you?
He's kicked me, punched me, choked me, slapped me. No, I wouldn't be able to see her ever again because of that. I hope he didn't do it.
Like you said, I don't have any patience. Yeah, I don't. You get mad over the stupidest thing.
Tell me.
Why don't you now tell her what you did?
I'm 14 years old. After I got pregnant, Garrett kicked me in the stomach.
Garrett's my son. Kayla is not the angel that you're seeing on this stage.
She's 14 years old.
I understand. He's 16.
Did you kick her in the stomach?
No, it was in the pelvic area.
You have an excuse for everything, don't you?
She slapped me as hard as I could, and my reaction was to kick her.
And while I'm on the ground crying, you look at me and you walk away.
You can't sit on my stage.
Then I'll leave your stage. Goodbye.
You kicked a 14-year-old pregnant girl. I can't ignore that. I have to speak out against it.
I am done! Wait. I'm done!
My guess is Janelle. Why don't you now tell her what you did?
I punched her, I shook her, I squeezed her.
Did you kick her in the stomach?
No, it was in the pelvic area.
You can't sit on my stage.
Then I'll leave your stage. Goodbye.
Before Dan was going to minister a test, you confessed to the following that you
punched her and broke her ribs, dude.
It's something you get mad and you throw it in my face. Oh, I'm not gonna let you see her. I feel like I'm gonna slap this bitch.
See how you get? How come you don't hit me? How come you don't hit me?
You kicked a 14-year-old pregnant girl. I can't ignore that. I have to speak out against it.
I am done!
Wait.
Mom, did you ever tell me you did that?
It was hard. It was hard to tell anybody.
Tell anybody, man, dude. I've been knowing you since I was a little kid. Every time somebody would mess with you, you know, I was always there having your back. And then I never even met your daughter, and I'm crying, and you've been knowing her, and you don't even cry. You haven't even shed a tear for her, dude. And I never even met her.
I don't know what the I was in at that time. I was up in the head.
Why when you told me, oh, I don't know what happened to her, she just had something messed up with her, something was wrong with her, but you never told me you did it. Why didn't you ever say you did it?
I couldn't tell anybody. I was scared of even thinking about it. I didn't have it in me to tell anybody.
So you took it out on something that can't defend herself, right? On your daughter that can't defend herself, right? You punched her and broke her ribs, dude. You ain't got nothing to say?
I'm sure many tears. I couldn't tell nobody. It was too hard to talk about.
Yeah, that was too hard, right? But it wasn't hard punching her, right? That wasn't hard?
You don't know how bad it feels to see someone else walk away with her, knowing you can't see her for 18 years.
Man, you're a punk, dude. Then you don't even go see your other daughter, top it off.
How do you want me to go see her? But every time I go see her, I feel like I'm gonna slap this bitch. All the she talks, if you will be there, all the she talks, she throws everything in my face.
You don't go there for her, you go there for your daughter.
I know, but she's always there. She's always talking. How can I be there when somebody's talking and I'm trying to have a good time with my daughter? I can't do that.
See how you get? That's why you hit your daughter. How come you don't hit me? How come you don't hit me?
Stop, fool.
How come you don't hit me? Cause you wanna hit something that's not gonna hit you back.
That's not even it.
What is it then? How come you don't hit me?
What did you want me to do? That wasn't I could do. No money, no food, no help. What did you want me to do?
So you take it out on her.
I blew up. Frustration, everything just in the hell. Every time I go see her, you always gotta say something. You get mad and you throw it in my face. Oh, I'm not gonna let you see her over some stupid.
That's
the things that piss me off.
Because you don't help me.
How do you want me to help you? You want me to money?
It's messed up how I lost my daughter over him. If you would have just said it in the first place, you were young, they probably would have charged you with something little. Now we don't have her at all.
I didn't know what to do.
So when Alyssa does his stuff, what are you gonna do? Right now, you don't have money. Right now, you don't have a place to go.
Okay,
right now,
and that doesn't matter.
Oh, wow, because you're 2 years older, 3 years older, you're way different, right?
I'm not saying I'm way different, but I have changed from when I was 16.
How have you changed? Can you tell me?
I have changed.
You don't have a job no more.
Okay.
You don't have a place to go anymore.
Okay, that doesn't matter. I can still be a good father to her, but you don't let me. And you know I try to be a good father to her. Yes, I do. I try to go over, but it's just you.
You can go over whenever you want. You know it.
And I'm supposed to go every day that I want to see her.
I don't say you have to go every day.
You made me so mad that you just make.
So that's the whole point. So it's my fault, right?
No, all the arguments that we've had.
Because you want to go out,
And what did you want me to do?
Grow up.
You want to go out instead of taking care of your daughter. You say, "Oh, I try to be a good dad." What have you? You say you try to be a good dad. What have you done for your daughter?
Friend, you tell him everything he knows.
You're trying to be a good dad, right?
I try to go see her, try to spend time with her, but it's just her.
Your excuse to everything.
No.
That's your excuse. Oh, I'm so mad. That's your excuse.
You don't even know, fool.
Like, yeah, I don't know, because you never tell me anything. That's this until today I find out what you did. That's your excuse. Oh, I'm so pissed off. And you trying to take it out on someone that's weaker than you. You can't take it out on a man, right? Or someone that's your age or your size, right?
Glad he confessed. But he's just going to have to get some help until he actually grows up. For now, I'm not going to let him see her until he receives that help. I'm not going to lose another daughter because of him. He thinks that was the hardest day of his life. But I'm the mom. You don't understand. I had nothing to do with that. I had no clue. It was you the whole time.
I'm going to get some help because I want to be in a life.
I'm 14 years old. After I got pregnant, Garrett kicked me in the stomach.
She slapped me as hard as I could. My reaction was to kick her.
And while I'm on the ground crying, you look at me and you walk away.
I'm here today because I want to confront the father of my baby, Garrett. I'm 14 years old. He has been physically and mentally abusive and controlling. He was aggressive in the past, but after I got pregnant, he started becoming more abusive, telling me he's gonna do meth with my baby. He kicked me in the stomach. He held me over a balcony. He wanted to have a crib in his bedroom where his friends smoke meth in. I was involved with that stuff in the past. Before my pregnancy, I was rebelling a lot. I pretty much did whatever I wanted. I changed everything. I cleaned myself up because I need to be ready for this baby. I don't want Garrett involved in my child's life because of his drug abuse, and if he can't even treat me with respect, how am I supposed to trust him alone with my child? It pisses me off because he's at his house, getting high with his friends, doing whatever he wants to do. He's just living his life. And it's not his life anymore, it's not my life anymore. This is all about the baby now.
Garrett, that's your ex-girlfriend on the tape. Is what she's saying true?
Actually, there's some truth to it, but no, it's not true at all.
She's 14 years old.
I understand. He's 16.
You can't sit on my stage.
Then I'll leave your stage. Goodbye.
Why did you guys break up?
We broke up because her mom didn't like me. She moved back in to her mom's house.
Do you blame her at all?
Actually, yeah, I do.
And why do you blame her?
Because she doesn't know me at all.
What mother would, first of all, want their 14-year-old daughter pregnant by any man? Not you, any man. But, yeah, nobody wants their 14-year-old daughter pregnant. So you could be the most successful guy in the world and have a job and a house and a career. That mother would be mad at you and not like you because you got her 14-year-old daughter pregnant. What are you hoping happens today?
I just want her to be civil with me, and I want to be able to talk to her, because every time I get on the phone with her, she...
Did you know they were sleeping in the same bed?
She always came and laid in my bed next to me.
Did you know they were having sex?
Yes, but moms don't want to see that.
His mom allowed me to sleep in the same bed as him.
Right. I don't believe this for a second that mom didn't know. Ooh, we thought you were staying with a friend. She's staying in your house. She's sleeping with you. You're having sex in the house. What parent doesn't know that's going on in their house? Okay. I'm going to send both of you backstage to your mother.
Right, yes, I'm 16 and she's 14. Do you honestly think we're capable?
And I have a 38-year-old that made bad decisions. Why do you think I do this show?
To help people.
To prevent other teenagers from getting pregnant.
Yes.
That's the whole point of doing this show. Yes, since you found out she's pregnant, from what you're telling me, you've made good decisions. But all your bad decisions led up for you being here today.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and I can't just ignore that. I can't look at the fact that you kicked your girlfriend into pelvic, that you were doing drugs, that you were sleeping with a 14-year-old, that you were sleeping with a 14-year-old in your own house and nobody put a stop to it. I can't ignore that. I have to speak out against it. This way.
No.
Go on the stage. Ma'am, go on the stage. Okay. Thank you, Christina, and I'm going to have to ask you to leave the stage. Thank you for getting them to come back out. Anything that you're going to have to face as a father? I don't know if you're going to have a little boy, a little girl.
I have a little girl.
Little girl. And I have a little girl. And I'm just, whatever you do now in your life, and even the show, whatever, you got to face the music. And I'm glad you're taking right steps. But again, I'm not going to ignore the past. I'm not that guy. Okay. Your actions, whatever you did, led up to this bad situation. Okay?
So did
Let's
her
bring.
actions.
Yes, exactly. And again, I don't think at any point in this show that I painted her out to be like some angel. I have not. I've not made you to be out the villain. You've made mistakes and she's made mistakes. Everybody here has made mistakes. Let's bring Caleb back out. Okay, so you're on the show and we talk about this situation.
Really good. Okay. I love you. He felt like he was going to die.
I'd like to pick that chair up with you in it and throw it against the wall. Where's your fight for your son?
Well, I've had hard times in my life.
Have you battled cancer in the last 9 years?
No, sir.
You've had it tough? How about your little boy who almost lost his life twice?
That little boy right there, you bailed on him, Patrick. Look at those pictures. You should be crying, Patrick. I'm not perfect, but my butt was next to that little boy.
If you would have told me when it was.
Loving him. Hey, it ain't my job to make you dad. It ain't my job.
You're not his father. I am.
I was never given a chance to be the father.
Okay, look at this picture here. That's him with your little boy. As soon as he gets off the stage and away from me, he starts throwing things and beating things up. Where's this fire when you can't see your son? You want to be back here pushing Chicago police officers, but you won't go over and knock on your own son's door. Welcome to the show. My guest is Colleen. And Colleen, why are you here today?
I'm here today to confront my son's biological father. My son's 10 years old, and out of those 10 years, 4 years he spent battling cancer, a very rare form of cancer. All the while, Patrick has never been a part of his life. We actually split up whenever Dalton was like 5 months old. I had come home and seen my son in a car seat in front of the TV with the chest belt near his throat, screaming and crying, while his father slept like 3 feet away on the couch. So that day I said, I'm done. This is it. There is absolutely no way I'm gonna stay with you. Even though my son was not his highest priority, he would call or vaguely see him every now and again until my son turned 14 months old when we found out he had the cancer. At that point, he bailed. He was out. He didn't want to have nothing to do with him. he knew that, of course, that, you know, Dalton was very sick. We ended up, actually, my son had surgery, and whenever he had a surgery, his body had rejected the dissolvable stitches and got a severe infection in his groin. He was rushed from Springfield to St. Louis by ambulance because he was so sick. And when we got there, Patrick showed up, but he went on a little field trip, you know, while my son laid sick in a hospital bed, very ill. He went to see the Arch. He went to the Hard Rock Cafe. He had a really good time, you know. I'm sure all this time never even crossed his mind that his child was this sick. Of course, I confronted him about it, and he tells me he had never seen this stuff before. That's why he did it.
He went and it was like a tourist and went on a little sightseeing tour.
Right, absolutely. He sure did. After that, we got the infection cleared up, and we came home, and Dalton was doing all right, but then he relapsed again with the cancer. He actually relapsed twice, and on the second time, he was 2 years old, starting chemotherapy. And to be a 2-year-old and going through chemotherapy, it was very difficult for him. Of course, during this time, there was no Patrick, you know, no calls, no letters, nothing. It was like July of 2000, my son got very sick. He got strep pneumonia right after a chemotherapy treatment. And his blood pressure was dropping. The doctors were telling us that he may not even make it through the night. I felt obligated as a mother that Patrick needed to know what was going on with him, because if something did happen,
well, it's his
I
son.
wanted him
It's
to
his
know.
son.
Exactly. So I called him, let him know what was going on. I told him how important this was for him to know. I mean, my son's blood pressure had gotten cleared down.
This is your son here?
That is him, yes. That's when we were in St. Louis when he had the infection, when Patrick went on his field trip. I was trying to express to him how the doctors are telling us that he may not make it through the night. This is serious. This is not play or pretend. He said, okay, I'm going to call back. I want to check on him. I want to see how he's doing. At the time, he was living in California. We didn't hear again from him for 3 months. So this jerk lived 3 months without even knowing whether or not his son was alive. Of course, at that point, after he finished up his chemotherapy, we thought he was in remission, thought he was going to be all right. 2 years went by. After that 2 years, I did allow him a few times. My son did karate, and I would allow him to see him, but not have conversations with him, because I was so afraid that he was going to develop a relationship with this person, whether he knew it was his father or not, and then he was just going to bail out on him again. And he's been through so much. He did not deserve that hurt anymore.
And he's 10 years old now?
He's almost 11. He'll be 11 in March.
And is your son okay now?
He is not. He's been in remission now for 5 years. Thank you.
Thank God. I gotta admit, I'm this is probably the first time I'm emotional right now. I'm a little choked up because this story is a little too familiar for me, because I have somebody in my family, the young boy, that has cancer, and I know how it tears somebody up. And to hear a story like this, where a parent doesn't care for their child, is not there for their child, I have to scratch my head and say, what kind of human being this is?
Not.
Listen to the story is when the doctor's telling you, your son might not make it through the night. It's got to be horrendous for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I could cry now. He's been in remission for 5 years, but just the pain that he went through is unreal. I mean, when he had a stem cell transplant, they took him as close to death as you could get. He had such high doses of chemotherapy. Even the lining of his mouth and his throat completely melted away. That's how bad it was. At 5 years old, he told one of my family members that time in the hospital when he was at his worst that he felt like he was going to die. And for a 5-year-old little boy to even be able to imagine or think what it feels like to die, I mean, that tells me how much pain and hurt he was in.
I usually just tell people, get the hell out of my chair. I'd like to pick that chair up with you in it and throw it against the wall. You're here, you want to push your way around through everything, you're mad? Where's this fire when you can't see your son? So what do you want to happen today?
You know what? He's done. I gave him one option. I told him this is your last warning back in 05. I said, you know what? Yes, I allowed him to see him. I allowed the whole conversation. Let him get to know him. I thought maybe if he got to know him and knew his favorite color or anything about him, maybe he would reevaluate himself and want to be a part of his life. So I did that. I let him see him. And at that point I said, this is it. If you bail again, I'm done. I'm through with you. He bailed. He's out. So you know what? What good is he? He's absolutely
he wasn't there for your son.
No.
He's not there for you while you're going through this with your son.
Right. Yeah, but
just the biggest battle in your life, your son's life. And so he's not there for you. He's not there for his son. Is there any good excuse why not to be there for your child?
In my opinion, I think it's because he didn't want to have to deal with the medical bills. I think he just didn't want to deal with any of it.
Has he ever helped you pay these medical bills?
Oh, God, no. No, absolutely not.
These are all your son's medical bills.
Those are just the billing, yes.
That's just the billing.
Right, dollar amounts.
And I could peel one off, and he hasn't paid one.
Absolutely not. No, no. He paid his child support like off not. In fact, I think he worked well up to close to $7,000 or $8,000 behind in child support. He has paid since like last April. I don't know where that's going or where that's. I'm not on board with that just yet because I don't know what his full intentions are. There has been hearsay that he's taking me to court for visitation rights. He's freaking ridiculous. I hope that. I would laugh in his face.
So he's been coming in the picture recently and trying to be in his son's life?
No, absolutely not. He came in one time, and he didn't even really come in. All he did was worked a way to let my family members know that he wanted to get my son a Christmas present last Christmas. One gift in 10 years should make things right, right? Yeah, no.
Does your son know who his father is?
My son does not know that Patrick's his father. The man that I'm with today, for 10 years now, that's who my son's dad is. He stood by him in the hospitals. He's helped. I couldn't work. There was no way I could work because I would not leave that hospital. I was next to that bed with my boy every single time he was in that hospital. And he worked. He supported us. He took care of us so that I could be there with him.
So he's your son's father?
That's absolutely right. He sure is.
And this is a picture of your son now?
Yes, that's him now.
Well, he's a good-looking, healthy-looking boy, and I hope he stays that way.
Thank you very much.
What I'd like to do now is I'm going to ask you to leave the stage. I'm going to talk to Patrick, and at some point I'll bring you back out.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's bring out the father of Dalton, who Colleen says hasn't been in his life, hasn't been there for his son while he battled cancer. Let's bring Patrick out. I usually just tell people, get the hell out of my chair. I'd like to pick that chair up with you in it and throw it against the wall. So, until we find out if she was telling the truth, why don't you tell your story standing? Were you in your son's life?
I haven't been. No.
Why not?
She left me.
She left you?
Yeah. I don't know why.
You don't know why?
No why.
Maybe it was because you had the baby strapped in a car seat watching TV while you were passed out?
Honestly, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Not that, no.
So it could be true.
That part, yeah, it could be, but I don't remember doing that.
Why don't you remember?
I don't know, that's what, 10 years ago?
So? Were you under influence of drugs or alcohol when that happened?
No, sir.
So you were sober?
Yes, sir.
And you have no recollection of that at all?
No.
So
I don't remember leaving my son. I love my son.
You love your son?
Yes, I do. I mean, as much as she says I don't. You know,
Intensely, you love
I've
your
been
son.
there. I've been trying to get a hold of her. Been trying to be in
Have you been there? Have you actually physically been there?
Until he was a year old, yes.
So 9 years has clicked on by?
Well, I've had hard times in my life.
You've had hard times. You've had hard times.
Yeah.
Have you suffered cancer in the last 9 years? Did
Why
you
wouldn't
fight for
she
your
let
life?
me
I'm asking
there?
you a question. Have you battled cancer in the last 9 years?
No, sir, I haven't.
You've had it tough? You
Not as
want to
rough as
sit up here and say you had it tough? How about your little boy who almost lost his life twice?
But I didn't make,
How did you have it tough?
Well, the reason why I moved to California, that was the whole reason why she's saying I left, that I don't care about him. No, I was homeless. I had nothing. I was living in a car that had no engine. The engine blew. Dead middle of winter.
Oh, my God. Ooh, now I'm choked up again. I'm choked up again because your engine blew. You're in a car. That's your son. He was in the hospital bed. He was dying. What were you doing? Going to Hard Rock Cafe?
No, I went to the Hard Rock Cafe after he was in the recovery room.
And you went to go see the Arch, right?
When he was in the recovery room.
Why? Let me ask you something. What would be the motivation of Colleen to lie and make up this story? What would be the motivation?
Why
to get money out of you?
No, she gets money out of me.
Okay, so what's the motivation here? To get you in your son's
Make me
life?
look like a bad guy.
But some family member threatened you and, I can't go by, see my son. Where's the fight in you, man? Where's the fight in wanting to see the child you brought into the world?
Patrick, look at those pictures. You should be crying! Crying, Patrick!
Now you want to start acting like a lunatic? Where's this passion when every day that goes by you don't see your son? You know what? It blows my freaking mind. I've had it tough. And when I say, well, how did you have it tough? You would think the first thing you would say as a father, my son had cancer. My son had cancer.
What am I supposed to do when she won't?
Did you almost die twice by, from the chemotherapy you were receiving over the last nurse? Oh, that's right.
No,
you
sir,
didn't
I
have
didn't.
cancer.
And if she
Your
would have
throat
told
didn't
me,
melt away from the chemo like your son's did.
if she would have called me and told me when he's in the hospital, I would have been there. If she would have called me and told me, hey, why don't you come pick up your son?
So you had no idea.
Give me a phone number to even reach my son.
You had no idea.
No, she would never call me. Was not allowed to come by her house. I was
Why?
not.
Why?
Because her family. I was threatened by her family.
Oh my God! And you felt what? Scared?
Well, I mean, I'm 17 years old, and
so what? I'm asking you. Were you scared? So you didn't go see your son?
But why am I going to cause more problems for my son when he's already has cancer, has problems?
How much more problems can you cause? When he's lying in bed dying, how much problems can you cause your son?
I don't know.
I've been told that Colleen's never moved since she's been with you.
So I'm supposed to go knock on her door.
Yeah, you have a son. You're supposed to go knock on the door.
Let me finish.
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Say you're in a park with your son, right? He's climbing the monkey bars or going on the swing or going down the slide, swinging. And I come along and I grab your son. And I grab him and I take him. And I start walking away from him. What are you going to do?
Beat you down.
Beat me down. You're going to beat me down, which I would hope that you would do. I would hope you caved my head in for taking your son, some stranger. But some family member threatened you and, I can't go by, see my son. Where's the fight in you, man? Where's the fight in wanting to see the child you brought into the world?
Well, maybe I should have done more,
Where's your fight for your son? Somebody threatens you, you say, keep away from your son. wouldn't your response be, I'm going to beat you down, just like you told me if I grabbed your son in the park? Wouldn't you beat them down?
Yeah.
Somebody threatened you. Ever call the police, make a police report?
No.
Why not? You felt threatened. Somebody's keeping you from a son. Did you ever hire a lawyer and say, I want to get my son? I have a son.
I didn't have the money to hire a lawyer.
Didn't have money?
No, I didn't even have the money to have a place to live.
Did you go to anybody and say, hey, can you help me get my son back?
I've tried helping.
With who?
I went to my mom. I've went to a few other people.
Jeez.
You know, my family's not the greatest in the world. You know, I've had it rough too.
And his family's not the greatest in the world.
No.
You can turn to your mom. Can he turn to his father?
No,
you
I've always been here. I've always been here.
You've always been there.
Yes. I've told Colleen where I've been, what I'm doing.
So she has to make the effort.
She's never made the effort. She's never made the effort. She's never picked up the phone.
But you never made the effort either.
I don't have a phone number. I never had a phone number for her.
You don't have a phone number, but you know where you could find her? Next to your son in a hospital bed right there. That's where she was.
Okay, I was there then. No. I was there then. I didn't go out. Yes, I made wrong. Maybe.
You live 15 minutes away from her, right?
Yes.
You've lived there for the last 5 years. You live 15 minutes away from your son.
4 years ago, I sat down with Colleen at a buddy's house.
And how much time have you spent with your son in those last 5 years?
Probably an hour. But when I was there, I couldn't tell him who I was. I had to tell him my name was Jason because she's scared that her family would find out that I'm talking to him.
And since that meeting 5 years ago, any other trying?
I have no number to get a hold of her.
No number. You know where she lives.
Am I supposed to go over and get the cops and go to jail?
Yes!
Go to jail? What good am I going to do him sitting in jail? If she wants me in it, she wanted me in his life so bad, why wouldn't she take me out?
Hey, you know what? Why wouldn't you call the police and say, you know what? I want to go see my son. The woman I had the baby with, my son with, she lives right here.
I did call the cops. They asked me, do I have visitation order? I said no.
Is there anything saying that you can't see your son? Is there any legal document saying you cannot see your son?
No.
Okay, so if there's no legal document that says no judge told you stay away, there's no restraining order, there's no order of protection. You keep saying you tried. You haven't done a damn thing because you don't have a phone number.
The only thing I haven't done is go kick her door in. Am I supposed to go do that?
Is that the only way to see your son is to go kick the door in?
And then what, go to jail? I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, so you don't want to go to jail, so you're not going to see your son.
No, I'll see my son. Why do I have to be a fight?
Will.
Why does it have to be a fight? Why can't she say, okay, you want to be a part?
If every father was like you, there'd be no fathers in this country. There'd be none. You had this little boy, and every day that goes by, you don't get that day back. You're here, you want to push your way around through everything, you're mad. Where's this fire when you can't see your son? I think it would be better if you said, sorry, son, I've been behind bars for the last 6 years. That would be a good excuse. Not one that would say,
why, because she chose to keep me out of his life?
Oh, jeez. Are you blaming her?
Yeah.
You're going to blame Colleen.
I mean, I'm not perfect. I should have done more. Maybe I should have went and kicked her door in and said, I want to see my son.
That's the only
called
solution,
the cops.
Kicking the door in.
Hey, no one's perfect.
So, again, you want to blame Colleen?
Well, it's not all my fault.
So
I have made attempts.
It's mostly her fault.
I would say yes, mostly hers. Except for, I didn't do the man thing and show up at her doorstep.
She hasn't run away. She hasn't moved to another state. She hasn't tried to
I went
change
to another
her
state
identity.
because I had a crisis in my life where I had nothing.
Oh, here we go. What was the crisis?
I was homeless. I had no job.
You were homeless.
I went out there to get on my feet and come back.
Why didn't you stay here and live with your mom?
But as soon as I got to California,
why didn't you stay here and live with your mom?
Me and my mom were on good terms.
You couldn't get along with anybody, huh? Couldn't get along with Colleen. Couldn't get along with your mom. Family members threatened you. Everybody. No. What were you doing that everybody hated you so much?
I have no clue.
You don't have any clue.
No.
But you do know that it's Colleen's fault that you haven't seen your son.
Because I've made attempts. I mean, yeah, granted, it's not. Might be not.
That's the only thing you
maybe
do
I didn't do the 100% right way and go the legal route and all that. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't understand. I didn't know what I could do.
Oh God! And why are you here today?
I don't know. You guys called me.
So.
I'm here today to try to talk to my son or try to be in his life, but it seems like all I'm doing is getting dogged. Man.
First of all,
I've made mistakes.
How am I dogging you?
I mean, I feel like I can't get a word out.
I'm letting you talk right now.
Every time I talk, you cut right in.
Okay. For the next 60 seconds, I'm not going to say a word. Starting now.
It's not a joke. What do you want me to tell you? You know I'm sorry. I've made mistakes in the past, okay? Maybe I didn't do exactly everything to legally, go to the courts or call the cops to get my son. But I knew he was deathly sick. I wasn't trying to make more drama in his life with seeing me and Colleen fight and argue. That's the only reason why I've never gone over there. And, I don't know what to say. It should be, I feel like she made the choice for me not to be there. I never gave up on her and him. I was there. She's the one that left. And just like I said, tonight is the first time I've ever heard an excuse why she left. And I've asked her. I've sat down and tried to be the man and say, look, I want to build a relationship with my son. What do I have to do? She's like, well, we'll see. We'll have to see what happens. What else am I supposed to do? Just take him? No, I'll go to jail for kidnapping. I want her to be able to say, all right, I trust you enough to meet me at McDonald's and you could sit there for 15 minutes with him. That's fine. If that's what she's willing to give me to be with my son, to build a relationship to prove that I'm going to be there. If she'd give me a chance to be there, I would be there. I would have been there from the start. I would have never left. But I didn't leave Illinois to go to California because I didn't want to be with my son. That's not the case at all. I left because I had issues in my life that I had to go straighten out. And like I said, once I got there, I kept her and her family informed of where I was. As soon as I got there, I called, and her family told me, don't ever call here, don't ever come by here again. You're not going to be a part of Dalton's life. Which I tried. I've tried talking to her. I didn't want to make a big scene out of it.
2 minutes.
That's the longest I've got to talk since I've been on the show.
And during that 2 minutes, you didn't say anything. I'm dogging you, you're dogging me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
How am I dogging you?
Because you won't answer a question intelligently, honestly. You're wasting my time. That's what you're doing. There is nothing to you. Nothing. How does it... You're the invisible man. No answers, not there, just the invisible man.
That's
How are you
not
going
what
to
you
kick
wanna
down a
hear,
door?
or what?
How are you going to kick down a door? With what? You're invisible, man. There's nothing to you. You don't have a leg to kick down a door. And I think to kick down a door, you might need these. And let's bring out the evil woman that caused all of this. One of the worst people I've ever had on my show, Colleen. You're going to be crying someday that you let your whole life go by and you were never, ever in your son's life. You want to be back there pushing Chicago police officers, but you won't go over and knock on your own son's door.
Hopefully you didn't think this was going to be another damn field trip. Patrick, look at those pictures. You should be crying. Crying, Patrick! Look at him! Look at him! Why can't you do that? You're showing up right now. You don't give a damn. What is your problem?
I do care.
Oh, these lies. Oh, I don't have a phone number. Okay. Well, you sure know about him, right? You were told all about him. This is how you stay up to date, right? This is how you know about his cancer. This is how you know about that. Then you need to find out my phone number. You don't wait 11 years. How?
I've tried. I've even asked you personally. You wouldn't give it to me. Why? You're scared scared of everybody else finding out that we're talking. We have something to do with that I have something to do with Dalton.
First off, let me go with this, okay? That little boy right there, okay? You bailed on him. You bailed on him.
You left me. You're the one that left me when he was 3 months old.
It's a good thing I did.
I just found out reason why you left. I mean,
Okay,
I'm
well,
not denying and
let's
saying
go
that might
back.
have happened. I don't remember that. I'm sorry, I don't remember that. But that might have happened. But you could have talked to me. You could have worked. We could have tried to work things out.
What did I tell you? I said, this is it. I'm not playing your games no more. I'm not here to play house with you. He has a heart, he has feelings, and we're not going to play these games.
But how many times have I tried to talk to you, say, Colleen, let me be in his
When was
life?
the last time?
Let me. What, 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Boy, that's.
I mean, you could. I mean, what am I?
And when was that? That was during that little meeting when I told you and that family, I said, this is it. I will let you
But you didn't give me no chance. You
didn't
let
sit
me
there
see
and
him
talk to
once.
him?
You let me see him one time, and I said, well, when can I see him again? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know?
Well, let's see what you can put forward first, buddy.
Why didn't you give me the chance
back?
back then? Yeah, for a while there, I wasn't paying child support. I'm not saying I was perfect. I made mistakes.
Oh, God.
I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect
But you kept me out of his life ever since he was a year old. You would not let me see him.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh.
I tried to give you chances to bring him. You could bring him to my mom's house.
Where's your emotion? Do you see him? This is when he got an infection, and we thought his cancer had spread through his entire body, okay? You should be looking at this picture right now. This kills me. This breaks my heart, because you know what? 6 rounds of standard dose chemotherapy, 7 rounds of high dose chemotherapy, and a stem cell transplant, and I ain't perfect. Let me be the first to tell you, I'm not perfect, but my butt was next to that little boy,
If
hugging
you would
him,
have told me when it
kissing
was.
him, loving him.
If you would have told me where it was, I would have been there. Or gave me a number to where I could reach you, I would have been there. You never. No, I do not have anyone.
Number, right? You have told me countless occasions, Patrick, countless. I want to be dad. I want to be in his life. I want to take care of him.
And do you give me that chance?
I have.
No, when?
When?
Go to
Okay.
a karate practice and tell him my name is Jason? If you were planning on letting me see him further on, then maybe, okay, you could say
And you
that.
knew at that point that I wasn't. That's why I was doing
Obviously.
it. Okay, so don't.
Obviously,
this is your
there's a
dad.
reason why you're
His
telling
name's
me-
Patrick. Say bye, because you'll see him in 2 years.
No, if you
I'm
would
not
have,
gonna hurt
if you
him
would
like
have
that.
let me be in his life, I would have never left.
I know it's my.
I would have
fault,
been there every weekend or
This is
whenever you wanted me to
ridiculous.
get him.
Well, you know what? Here's all I got to say, okay? This little boy is my world, okay? He's not going to be hurt. We're not
I
playing
never
these
wanted to
games
hurt
anymore.
him.
So really all you're doing right now is throwing a few bucks towards our house. You're not seeing him, you're not calling him, you're not sending nothing. So what is the point?
But you won't let me.
What is the point?
What'll happen if I come by your house, Colleen? What will happen?
I couldn't tell
Tell
you,
the
Patrick.
truth. Tell the honest truth. What would happen?
You'd probably get your ass beat.
Okay, but let's say, I can understand you saying that now, but even then, even if I came by then, the same thing would have happened every time I come by your house.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Buddy, because
Your
you
family.
told them, you're telling me you were up into his life until he was a year old.
Yes, and I.
Which just so happened to be roughly around the time that we found out he had cancer. That's when you bailed.
How am I supposed to support my son
Okay.
living in a car?
Let me think for a minute that's somehow, somewhere okay for you to just diss out on
I
your
didn't
kid.
bail anyway, and as soon as I got to California, I called you guys and told you, gave you my address, my phone number, where I was so I could get a
Hey,
hold of you.
it ain't my job to make you dad. It ain't my job.
But you took that part away from me. Yes, you did.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
Because I didn't want to stay with you? That's
You never
how I
let
took
me
it away?
see him. You never let me see him.
I did. I think we've established a couple occasions here that I've let you see
Okay,
him.
a very few times when you wanted to go mess around with your little boyfriend that you had at the time. I've tried to be in his life. I tried, Colleen, but you've never let me. Every time every time I tried to be there.
You have tried.
I've called you.
You know what?
And if you called me, I
one
thought you didn't have
excuse
my
you
phone
used
number.
is that you were 17, you were young and dumb, right?
Yes, sir.
And how old were you at the time when he was 17?
18.
I turned 17, or I turned 18 2 weeks after Dalton was born.
Okay, so you both were 17 when you were hooking up, and okay, so you were young and dumb and she was young and dumb. How come you get to use the excuse and she doesn't?
He took him and would not let me see him. I tried to see him.
You know
I
what?
called. I was by there.
You know what? I don't want to keep hearing. She wouldn't let me see him.
What else am I supposed to do?
She didn't call the cops on you. She didn't get a restraining order.
If I would have been there.
She didn't call it. She didn't get a restraining order. She never went to go get a judgment against you saying you couldn't see your son. These are things women do when they really don't want you to see their kid.
If I
She didn't do.
If I would have gone by there, she would have called the cops. If I would have went by there, she would have got a
Would've,
restraining.
could've, should've. You're living in fantasy land, and she's living in reality.
I would've
She's
been there
there
if she would've let
every
me.
day for her son.
And I would have been there if she would have let me.
Now you want to start acting like a lunatic? Where's this passion when every day that goes by you don't see your son? Have you ever said to this woman, you know what? I was messed up. I couldn't even support myself. I had to live in a car.
Yes.
Thank you for taking care of my son all these years.
Yes, actually I did. Look, 4 years ago. Okay. When we sat down and had a conversation, I said, look, I know I'm not perfect.
Did you ever tell the man that's going to work, spending money on your son, spending money to make sure your son's okay, he's actually there? You ever say thanks to him? Hey, thanks for taking care of my little boy?
I've never had a chance to come face to face with him.
Well, now you do.
I mean,
Let's bring out Leo.
You're not his father. I am.
You might be who he calls dad, but biologically I am.
No, you're just a sperm donor.
Is that what you wanted to tell him?
No.
I think he knows
appreciate what he's done.
I
appreciate you being there. For her giving you the choice to be there. She would have left that choice alone, I would still be there. She's the one that chose to leave me. Okay?
No, that
and
boy
every
would
chance
be worse off if he was in his life.
Oh, okay, so you know.
Yes,
you don't know,
I know.
me. All you know is what she's told you.
And what
I
he's
don't know
seen the
you.
last 11 years.
You don't know me.
I haven't brought him over to your house.
No.
Your mom hasn't
When?
came to my job to pick him up.
When?
Have you ever met his mom?
Yes.
Okay. Has his mom ever met you?
Yes.
Have you ever given your son to his mother?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever met this guy before?
Unfortunately.
How many times?
3 or 4.
3 or 4 times.
Down at
You've
Cardinal
been
Glen
in his son's life almost the entire time his son's been alive.
Correct.
You've been there when he's been battling this cancer.
Correct.
Who was paying the bills while she's there with her son battling this cancer?
I'd go to work and then come to the hospital and sometimes give her relief so she can go get cleaned up.
But did she ever once call me when he
Shut
was
up.
at the hospital?
Yes, I did.
Shut up.
No, you didn't,
did.
Colleen. No,
Hey.
you didn't. You're lying, man. It's bull.
She's lying.
Yes, she is
You know
lying.
what? If she's lying, her lies are better than you
Well,
telling
then
the truth.
obviously she's a sweet walker, huh?
Sweet Walker? Why can't you remember anything?
What do you mean, remember anything? He never came to my
Do I
house.
need to break it down to you again? Why can't you remember anything?
What do you want me to remember?
Why you and your mom were having problems? Why you broke up with her? Why you don't remember ever seeing
Why
this
me
man?
and my mom having problems? Because I
Now
was
you
making
remember?
stupid choices.
What were the stupid choices?
Things I don't want to say right here.
Like drugs, maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe? Would that be a good reason why she broke up with you if you were doing drugs?
If it was, she was doing them right with me.
Oh, that you remember now. Now your memory's what, clearing up?
Well, I'm not going to put all my family business out on public television.
Oh, jeez. Just some of it.
Well, I didn't choose to be here.
Look at this picture here. That's him with your little boy.
Yeah. Because he was given the chance to be
Does
there.
that bother you at all?
Yes, it does. But what can I do about it? I've been trying to be in his life. She won't let me. I mean, I know you don't want to hear that, and I'm sorry, but I don't know what else to say.
Listen to me. You had this chance. You had this little boy, and every day that goes by, you don't get that day back. It doesn't. You're not cashing in anything. You're not like a little investment where it's going to be there at the end. No. You have to make the investment now, every day when your son's a little boy. You put that dollar in the bank. You be there. You could say that I'm reaming you, dogging you, doing all these crazy things up on this stage. But really, the only thing that's really happening in life is you denying yourself to be a father to your little boy. That's the only thing that's happening. Yes. You know what? You can sit up here and you can say whatever you want.
Don't matter what I say. Obviously, it's going to...
No, it doesn't matter. Because when you leave the stage, you're going to say, I had a son, and he's not in my life. No matter what the reason is, no matter what the excuse is, no matter who did what, you'll know what you did or what you didn't do, the effort you didn't make. And you're going to be disgusted with yourself. You're going to be crying someday that you let your whole life go by and you were never, ever in your son's life. That's going to be the thing that dogs you the most. Goodbye. He's mad now. I hear a commotion back there. He's showing emotion. Should I go back there and actually see the emotion? He had an hour out on my stage to show emotion. He didn't show one shred for his son, for anything that he's done. Never showed emotion. As soon as he gets off the stage and away from me, he starts throwing things and beating things up. And you know, what did you hit? A chair? No, let him be fired up. Let him punch whatever he wants to punch. Let him go.
Excuse me.
No, you go back out this way. You can't go this way. It's a fire hazard.
That's the way I came in.
No, you'll go this way. You'll go this way. You'll go this way.
You look like a dog on TV.
A dog? You've done it yourself.
I've been there.
Where's this fire bid for the last time? You're going to come back here and start punching things now?
I didn't come back.
Oh, really? Now you're a tough guy. You're going to start pushing people around, huh? Now you're a tough guy. Where's this fire seeing your son? You want to be back there pushing Chicago police officers now? But you won't go over and knock on your own son's door. But you'll be pushing cops around here.
Like I said, I'm sorry. I've never made the...
Sorry, you don't have to apologize to me. You need to say that to your son. You need to say... You don't have to apologize to me.
Are you my son?
You need to say it to your son.
And I will.
Oh, you will.
If they give me that chance to do it...
Give you the chance. You're here. You want to push your way around through everything. You're mad. Where's this fire when you can't see your son?
It's there, but what am I supposed to do? Just
what are you supposed to say that you're doing now? This isn't, it's not as important as your son. My show? What the hell you give a damn about my show? Now you want to start acting like a lunatic? Where's this passion when every day that goes by you don't see your son?
You know, it hurts. But
it hurts. It hurts your son. Doesn't hurt you. If it was hurting, if it was in your way,
how do you know it don't
get
hurt
so
me?
mad, you go over there. You wouldn't be scared. You're not scared to come on TV. You're not scared to come on my stage. You're not scared to tell your whole story. But you're scared to go over and see your son.
No, I just don't want to cause drama.
You don't want to cause drama.
Now, why can't she just be like, all right?
Why can't she?
Why couldn't
Keep
she?
pointing the finger. Keep pointing the finger. The finger is pointing. You know what? The finger's pointed. I gave you a chance. I gave you an hour, and you didn't show nothing. You don't have a good excuse. And again, I'm not wasting any more time.
I told you I made mistakes.
You made mistakes, and you're still making them.
Well,
5-year mistake, not seeing your son. 5 years. That's more than a mistake.
She made that
You're
choice.
pathetic. Go live with yourself.
I will.
That right there is the definition of gutless. Gutless. I want to thank you. Like you said, nobody's perfect, nobody. But you know what? You're there for your son, and that's what it's about. And you know what? You're a better man because he's not your son, but he is your son. And you love him, and you take care of him, and you took care of him all this time. Thank you. That's a good guy here.
She's lying to try and keep him.
You say you're pregnant,
Yes.
right? You are pregnant.
Yes.
You believe her?
Yeah.
She had these fake proof of pregnancies. She wanted me to sign a doctor's name and pretend to be a doctor. She thinks that I slept with her ex-boyfriend and got an STD.
Alicia went to a bar, got drunk, and had sex with the bartender.
I didn't know it was the bartender.
This show is just taking all kinds of twists and turns here. What if she's not pregnant?
I'm through with him.
She said she has something to tell you.
Honestly, I don't think the kid's mine.
I am 1,000% sure.
1,000%.
It doesn't look nothing like me.
When you told him you were pregnant, what was his reaction?
He just stood there for a minute and walked off.
I'm not ready to be a father.
But you left her before the baby was even born. Miracle of life. You're not there. CJ, before I come back there and kick your ass, get out of here!
I'm here to find out if my boyfriend Alex is cheating on me.
I've been cheated on before. I know what it feels like.
So you never cheated on him?
No.
And I got a phone call. Lindsay, you tested positive for chlamydia.
If he fails, what are you going to do?
I'm probably going to leave him. Here's your chance.
I'll never cheat him.
And the results for Alex's lie detector test is that he
I'm here today because my boyfriend thinks I'm cheating and that I'm not 3 months pregnant with his child. He doesn't believe me that I'm pregnant because I left my friend stranded at the bar and she wanted to get mad and she's telling him lies saying that I'm not pregnant and I forged my pregnancy papers. When I told him I was pregnant and he didn't believe me, I started screaming and crying. And
Does she know who the father of her child is?
No.
Okay. What was the turning point for you? Because you know this has been going on for a long time. She's been sleeping around.
Yes,
She
I've covered
fools
for her
guys.
before.
So what was the final thing you said? Man, I can't be friends with her anymore. I'm here to expose her.
She called Child Protective Services on me and had them at my house.
Because you have a child.
Right.
And what did she accuse you of?
She said I was a neglectful mother. She sent
you're not a
them to my
neglectful
house.
mother.
No, they
You're a
checked
good
everything
mom.
out. You know, they closed the case immediately because nothing was wrong. You know, and I felt embarrassed that they were coming to my house because
course.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
She was just trying to get back at me. So, and then, you know, a few days later, she's at my house with the cops saying that I stole her mop and a towel.
You stole her mop?
A towel and a towel. But none of her stuff was at my house. You know, she had brought
Wait
her
a second.
weed.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't even, I'm not supposed to ask where you live or anything, but I'm like, what police department has the time to go look for a towel and a mop?
I
know. This is your friend, Alicia?
Not my friend.
Well,
she's a
former
liar.
friend.
I can't stand her.
And you're here today to expose her. You say she's not pregnant. She says she is. Let's find out. Let's bring her out.
Why would I be jealous of a whore?
Hold on. The fact is, we're not going to take any chances because she could be pregnant, and I
She's
don't know.
not pregnant. Look at her. She was in my house. She had her period. She's not pregnant.
Let's pretend for sake, that there is maybe a child growing in there. We're not going to fight, okay? You hear that? You say you're pregnant,
Yes.
right? You are pregnant.
Yes.
You believe her?
Yeah.
What if she's not pregnant?
I'm through with him.
Honestly, I don't think the kid's mine.
I am 1,000% sure.
1,000%.
It doesn't look nothing like me.
How come you're not friends anymore?
Stupid stuff. She thinks that I slept with her ex-boyfriend and got an STD, which never happened.
So did you sleep with her ex-boyfriend? No. You say you're pregnant,
Yes.
right? You are pregnant.
Yes.
And she says this
not
is something
pregnant.
that you go around, you do all the time, that you tell guys that you're pregnant, that you're not. This guy John, who's your boyfriend, that the only reason why you're saying you're pregnant is because you don't want him to break up with you.
No.
Okay.
He did break
Every
up with
time we
you.
get in a fight, we always try to work it out and we get back together.
Okay. She says that you printed up some documents off the internet to show John that you're pregnant and that she signed them for you.
No, never
Is that
happened.
not true?
Yes, it did.
No,
you brought
it did
two
not.
sheets to my house that you
No,
should
never happened.
She
Fake
brought
proof
this,
of pregnancy.
and she's like practicing a signature, R. Lawrence.
That's her running her mouth like she always does.
Dr. R. Lawrence. And doctor's DR, by the way, just so you know. So you didn't have her sign any
Nope.
type of papers?
Liar.
You're
Nope.
telling the truth about being
Yeah.
pregnant?
She's not pregnant. She's a liar.
And why do you love John?
Because he's the best man in the world. He treats me good. He's always there when I need him. He talks to me. I mean, he's there for everything.
And do you have children?
I have one.
You have one child. John's not the father.
No.
John's good to your child?
Mm-hmm.
And now you're expecting another child, as
Yes.
you say. How have you had doctor's appointment?
Yes.
And what did doctor say?
That I need to take it easy.
He said, hey, you're pregnant, you gotta take it easy.
He put me on bed rest because I started
You're on bed
spotting.
rest? Hold on. Before we go any further with this show, should I get a bet out here? Did you bring any doctor's notes saying you're supposed to be on bed rest?
No.
Why not?
Just didn't. Because she's not pregnant.
And we called this doctor that you said that you went to, and he said you're not even a patient. You know what? I'm going to ask both of you to leave the stage. I'm going to talk to John, and we'll bring you both back out. Let's bring out John. John's done nothing wrong. In fact, your girlfriend's description of you, John, thank you for being on the show, is that you are the best man in the world. It's not every day we have that. You've been dating Alicia for how long?
About 4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months. And your feelings towards her?
Are kind of mixed.
Kind of mixed.
Yeah.
And why are they mixed?
Because I got like everybody talking in my ear about everything, and then I got her talking in my ear telling me she's pregnant, and like I don't even have a kid, and she's like stringing me along, and it's hurtful.
So she's, you know, she says, hey, I'm 3 months pregnant. You believe her?
Yeah.
Okay, you believe her. I'm understanding from my producers that you believe that she might be cheating on you?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Because she's got text messages from all kinds of random dudes going out drinking all the time, and
She's going out drinking all the time? Wouldn't that concern you if she was pregnant?
yeah.
You know. What if it comes back and she's not pregnant? Because we gave her a test, and you're going to find out if she's pregnant. What if she's not pregnant?
I'm through with her.
You're through with her. And if she is pregnant?
Depends on if it's mine or not.
Well, she ever show you any proof?
She showed me a document where she supposedly was pregnant like December 9th.
Was it signed by R. Lawrence?
I think that really was the name too that was on the document.
All right, let's bring back out Alicia and Brittany. Alicia went to a bar, got drunk, and had sex with the bartender.
I didn't know it was the bartender.
This show is just taking all kinds of twists and turns here. When you told him you were pregnant, what was his reaction?
He just stood there for a minute and walked off.
I'm not ready to be a father.
And the big question here is whether you are pregnant with
No.
John's baby.
She's not.
Because of the lie detector test, John does know that one day when they broke up, Alicia went to a bar, got drunk, and had sex with the bartender while the owner of the bar...
Because she's a cheater.
This is the best part. While the owner of the bar watched. Classy. And we brought that up because we asked you whether you're cheating on John, but John knows about the bartender and the owner.
No, I didn't know it was the bartender, and I didn't know the owner was watching.
I just got to clarify this. Who did you sleep with?
Everybody.
I don't know. I was drunk and passed out. Everybody.
Oh, I'm just going right over here,
hold
please.
Hold on.
Please. I want to move over this way. I don't want to stand by the stupid slut.
You know what?
This show is just taking all kinds of twists and turns here. Alicia, you took a lie detector test, and you were asked, besides the one person, the bartender John knows about now, have you had sexual intercourse with? But,
I got you now.
Brittany, thanks for being and I hope you... Why would you tell John that you were pregnant? Why would you go through the whole thing of showing him a doctor's note? You know, I mean, basically he told us, you know, he gave us a doctor's name, everything. We have researchers following up on it, all this time, money that's invested in you telling John that you're pregnant. Why would you do that?
Because he told me if I wasn't pregnant, he was going to leave me.
Why would you want a guy that you're holding on to with a lie?
Tell him. Nothing.
What do you have anything you want to say, John?
No, I'm good.
Are you relieved that she's not pregnant? So you feel good about it that she's not pregnant? It's kind of like a second chance for you,
I ain't gotta waste my time no more yet.
All right, well, thanks for being on the show, and I hope this helps you out.
Thank you.
Hey, Alicia, you know, listen. You probably see my show before. I yell at a lot of people. I throw them off stage. But in your case, I think you're a young girl. But all I would say, the one thing that you got to have in a relationship is the truth, right? And I think, you know, just by watching you and your friend interact out there, just drama-filled every day. Who wants to live life like that? And I don't think you want to live like that. So all I'm saying is pick your friends a little wiser. When you meet a nice guy and he likes you and you like him, the best thing to keep that relationship together and truthful and not waste a lot of people's time is just being honest, okay? Good luck to you.
Honestly, I don't think the kid's mine.
I am 1,000% sure it's
1,000%.
It doesn't look nothing like me.
I'm here to find out if my boyfriend Alex is cheating on me.
I've been cheated on before. I know what it feels like.
So you never cheated on?
No.
I got a phone call. Lindsay, you tested positive for chlamydia.
My guess is Pauline. Pauline, why are you here?
Well, I am a 20-year-old single mother, and I'm tired of it.
Okay, and what do you need help with?
I need to help prove to my ex-boyfriend that he is the father of his child.
Why doesn't he think he's the father?
Because his friends are putting it in his head that that I was around on him and all that. And
So you were cheating on him?
Yes.
Were you cheating on him?
No, absolutely not.
Never once?
Nope. I just want him to be with his
Okay, how
child.
long were you with this guy?
Almost 6 months.
Almost 6 months. Now, that's quite a long time. And you had a baby.
Yes.
And
a beautiful little girl.
Now, you have a little girl.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wonderful, right?
Yes.
Wonderful to have a little girl. When you told him you were pregnant, what was his reaction?
He just stood there for a minute and walked off.
And has he ever seen her?
No.
I
even offered, when I had a job, I had a telemarketing job, which you know how those are, wondering if you're going to get paid that day or not. Well, I even offered to save up the money so he could come out for the delivery, and he said no, so he could be with his family.
So you offered to pay for him to come to the delivery?
When he should be with his child and me.
And he said no?
Yep.
And you're saying it's nobody else?
No, I am 1,000% sure it's
1,000%? Because that's like 10 times 100.
Who knows my body? Who knows my body better than me?
I wouldn't know.
Exactly.
Do you still love him?
Yes, I do, and I want us to be together as a family for our daughter.
But you haven't seen him in over 4 months.
Over a year.
Over a year? Oh, since you were told him you were pregnant.
Yes.
So you went through your pregnancy.
Alone.
Alone.
And I had
You had your baby alone.
I had some complications that put me back into the hospital after pregnancy, and I was alone for that too.
How hard is it being a single mom?
Very hard.
Describe a little bit.
job.
No job.
I have to rely on people. I'm tired of it.
Baby, you got to take care of the baby constantly. And you're here today because I guess you want to prove to him you didn't cheat on him, right? Or no?
Exactly, I do want to
You
prove
do.
to him.
You want to prove to him that it is his baby because there's a DNA test that was taken, right?
Yes.
And you want him back.
Yes.
And I'm just curious, Why do you want him back after all this time?
I want us to be together for sake, so she could have a family and not knowing where's my father.
I look at you and I say, wow, 20 years old, young girl, very beautiful. You seem like really sweet, funny. Like if, you know, we went out to dinner, I'm sure we'd have laughs because you seem like a funny girl. No matter if he comes out, oh yeah, I love you, gets down on his knees and all that crap. I mean, he walked out on you.
I believe in second chances.
It's your life, and if you really love him and you want to, the father of your child and be a family, hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's exactly what
If that's
I want.
what you want, I'm going to try to help, okay?
Thank you. I
All right.
appreciate it.
Let's bring out CJ.
Why did you do all this to me?
You lied to me. Whoa.
How did I lie to you?
Whoa. Don't swear, and that's no way to talk to possibly the mother of your child.
I know that's not my child.
How can you say that? You're the one who wanted her. You turned around and got with another woman that's not even...
No, Pauline. No, you didn't. You said, I'm going to give this guy that I've known since I was a kid a chance.
Yeah, because I needed some support because you weren't there for your daughter.
Let me back up a little bit here, CJ. You were with Pauline for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice girl?
Yeah, she is. But...
Okay. So, then she told you she was pregnant. She said there was dead silence. You turned around and you walked out.
I walked outside. I came back in, and my eyes watered up, all right? I was happy, yeah. But honestly, I don't think the kid's mine.
You were happy.
Hold on.
Yeah, I was.
Why don't you think the child's yours?
It doesn't look nothing like me.
But you left her before the baby was even born.
Yeah, I did.
Well, why?
Because I'm not ready to be a father.
You keep it zipped up.
And you don't tell girls you want a family with them.
You know what? I'm going to ask you to leave the stage just for 1 second, okay? Because I want to have a little man to young child conversation. Listen. Okay. But that's my point. And listen, I know young people are going to have sex. But you say, I'm not ready to be a father. Did you take all the necessary steps not to become a father?
No.
Well, there you go. Miracle of life. You're not there. CJ, before I come back there and kick your ass, get out of here! If he fails, what are you going to do?
I'm probably going to leave him. Here's your chance.
I'll never cheat him.
And the results for Alex's lie detector test is that he... She became pregnant. She's a young woman. She went through labor, you know, carrying a baby, her pregnancy, had the baby. She said after she had the baby, she had complications. She ended up back in the hospital. And at no time were you ever there.
Me and my friends done the math. It doesn't match up.
You know what? First of all, I don't think any of you guys are going to MIT, so I don't know about your math. If this turns out to be your child, you got robbed of the best moment of your life.
I understand that. That's my stupidity.
When you're a father for the first time and that baby comes out, it's crazy, crazy exciting, wonderful, loving, and like you missed out on that. But you're too young to really understand that, but someday you will. Let's bring Pauline back out. Now, as a compassionate human being, if you can find to, you know, look at somebody else's sorrow, their pain, and say, I'm going to try to make that better, what do you want to say to her right now?
I'm sorry, and I'll do the best I can to be there.
Not to me, to her.
Pauline.
I don't even want to look at you right now.
She went through labor. You know, I mean, women, you know, they need somebody there for them. They're going through 9 months of hell. You know, their stomach gets out the hair. They need help. They need this. They need that. And you're nowhere. Then the baby's born. Hold up that baby. Miracle of life. You're not there. 4 months of waking up, crying, hungry, needs to be changed. You're not there.
I'm sorry, we'll figure something out. All right?
Maybe she did sleep with a bunch of different guys, right?
Nope.
You're telling me, no, I'm wrong. 1,000% chance he's the father. Well, let's find out if you're right. There you go. Let's find out. CJ, you are the father.
I thought you were going to be there. Why'd you walk away?
Silence, silence. CJ, before I come back there and kick your ass, get out here! You just found out she's the mother of your child. Love her, comfort her. So CJ, for appearing on the Steve Wilkos Show, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Guess what you get today as a present for appearing on the Steve Wilkos Show? Guess what you get? You get to see your daughter for the very first time. Because as crazy as this life is, I have to ask you, do you want to see her?
Yeah.
You do? Is it all right if he goes back and sees his daughter?
That's why I brought her.
Why don't you take Daddy to go see daughter for the very first time? Let's go. Good luck to you, okay? If you need any help with anything, you give us a call, okay? Please do. We're going to go this way, right this way.
I'm here to find out if my boyfriend Alex is cheating on me.
I've been cheated on before. I know what it feels like.
So you never cheated on?
No.
And I got a phone call. Lindsay, you tested positive for chlamydia.
My guess is Lindsay. Lindsay, why are you here?
I'm here today to find out if my boyfriend Alex is cheating on me. We've been together for 2 years now, and I just found out about 2 months ago that I was pregnant.
You found out 2 months ago that you were pregnant?
Yeah, I'm 10 weeks.
You're 10 weeks now?
Yeah.
You're 10 weeks pregnant? Congratulations.
Thanks.
So you're with your boyfriend Alex. You've been with him for 2 years, you said?
Yeah.
And you're wondering if he's cheating on you?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you told Alex and said, hey, guess what? I just went to the doctors. I'm pregnant. He was like...
All excited.
He was excited?
He was happy.
Wow. See, I wasn't expecting that. So he was happy and he was excited?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good, right?
Yeah, at the beginning.
What's that?
At the beginning, it was good.
And then what happened?
I went to the doctor when I first found out and got checked up, and everything was fine. I mean, it was all good. And then about a month afterwards,
I went back for another checkup, and I got a phone call. And she left me a message saying that I need to call her as soon as possible, that it was really important. So
Your doctor said this?
Yeah.
So that had to be scary, right?
Yeah.
You know, doctor, you better call me back right away, it's important. Whoa.
I called her and got on the phone, and she was like, Lindsay, you tested positive for chlamydia.
Oh, so your doctor's calling to say you got a sexually transmitted disease?
Yeah.
And so when she tells you this, what did you say?
I was speechless. I was like, I don't see how this could happen. I mean, I just got checked a month ago prior to this. And
I'm guessing that you're not cheating on Alex at the time?
No, I haven't cheated on him at all in the last 2 years since we've been together.
Since you've been together, you've never cheated on him?
No.
And just so I tell the audience, we couldn't give you a lie detector test because with certain pregnancies, we can't give a lie detector test unless a doctor gives a note, and we couldn't get that note for you. So in this case, we're going to have to take your word. You say that you never cheated on Alex, and you get a call from a doctor saying you got an STD. You're shocked by this, and through your mind, you must be thinking, well, he must have cheated on me.
And I asked him about it, and he just got really mad. He's like, I didn't cheat on you, and ever since that day, I've been accusing him, trying to get the truth out of him because I deserve at least that. Whenever he denied it, I was like, okay, I know deep down
You never cheated.
that I did not cheat on you. So,
Well, let's bring out Alex and find out what he has to say.
okay. What? How do I not know that you didn't
Because
cheat on me?
I did not stand around you. I gave up one friends for your. You're the one that took off for 3 days.
Hold on, Alex. Listen to me. How old are you, young man?
I'm 18.
Okay, 18 years old. This is the girl that you love?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you're not from where I'm from, but the girl that we love, we don't curse at, we don't use obscenities. I mean, she's pregnant with your child, right?
Yeah, but maybe you get
Hold on. She's going to be the mother of your child. Would you want anybody speaking to your mother that way?
No.
Okay. Try not to swear.
Okay, but maybe get through this accusing stuff for the 9 days. She knows deep down she's the only one that's even left the house. We got in an argument one time, and she took off to her friend's house for 3 days. Which this friend right here is always tries to get her to get with ex-boyfriends and everything. She wouldn't answer my phone calls. She would only text me.
I didn't go to my friend's house or my family's house to go and cheat on you.
It's just another damn excuse for you. Everything you do is an excuse.
So, Alex, can I ask you a question? Yeah. And I want you just to be honest, okay? You're 18, you're entitled to make a mistake. This is young love. Things happen like that, so it's not that big of a deal. Did you cheat on her?
No, every relationship I've ever been in, I've been cheated on before. I know what it feels like. I've never cheated. I've been with her 2 years.
So you never cheated on her?
No.
Okay. All right, Alex took a lie detector test. And a show of hands, who believes Alex? Surprisingly, a few women in there.
Don't do it.
Don't do it?
Don't do it.
All right. Who
Hands
believes
down.
that Alex is lying? Yeah. Hey, it's about 50-50. It's about 50-50. All right, let's find out. If he fails, whether he cheated on you, what are you going to do?
I'm probably going to leave him.
Really?
Well, if he would have told me the truth to begin with and...
But, and again, you are going to have a child together. So, 18, young love, whatever, any passes here?
I just don't want this to happen again.
What if he told you right now, Lindsay, I'm sorry I had sex with somebody. I'll never do it again.
Here's your chance.
I never cheated. I'm ready for results whenever you are.
No. I really do. I really want to give you this chance.
I don't need it. I don't need it. You'll see.
Woo! What if you passed the lie detector test?
I'm gonna pass the lie detector.
And?
There's no way.
I love her. I'm gonna be with her. I don't even. She cheated on me. The only thing I care about is baby and son.
Okay. Now that's a first. Now, is there anything you'd like to say?
Pass, because I know I did not cheat on you.
Are you really gonna take it to your grave that much?
Ever. Oh, okay.
Well, she's only 18. She got years before that. Let's find out. Alex, before the show, you were given a lie detector test and you were asked, have you cheated on Lindsay in the past year? You answered no. Have you cheated on Lindsay since she became pregnant? You answered no. Did you know you had an STD that you passed on to Lindsay? You answered no. And the results for Alex's lie detector test is that he told the truth.
No way.
You're a damn liar.
You stay at the hospital? I mean, seriously.
You can't stay in a damn hospital because you're a damn liar.
I'm not lying. I swear on everything. I'm not lying.
Now you know that you passed the lie detector test. Are you staying in this relationship?
Yeah, I want the kid. I want to be on my kid every day.
And knowing he's saying now that he don't care, you got a baby on the way, he wants to stay with you.
I do. I want to tell you I'm sorry, but you have to understand that. Just listen to me.
Don't jump on your damn throat. I didn't cheat, you just heard it.
I know, but
there's no damn excuse. And
if I didn't cheat on you, then that's the only thing that I could think.
Here's what here's what we're gonna do, Lindsay.
I really wish I could take a lie detector test.
You know what? Your wish is gonna come true because after you have your baby, we'd love to have you back, and we'll give you a lie detector. Good luck. Today, I traveled to a small town just outside of Columbus, Ohio, to rescue a 15-year-old girl who has lost all hope. She has lived a life infested with drugs. Picking up her mother's drug needles and caring for her 6-year-old sister has become an everyday occurrence. She wanders the streets alone, with no friends or family to turn to. And after years of suffering due to her mother's heroin addiction, she made the call that would change their lives forever. Hi, Whitney.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I've come to a small town outside of Columbus, Ohio, because Whitney, 15 years old, called me and asked me for help. Whitney, what help do you need from me?
I'd like for you to help my mom. She's a chronic heroin abuser.
How long has she been on heroin like this?
She's been on it for a while. I found out about 4 years ago that she was doing it.
Did you ever ask your mom why she was doing heroin?
I've asked her, but she can't ever give me an explanation for it. She said it makes life easier.
So, does she use the drugs in the house?
Yeah, a lot. But my stepfather and my mom does.
How do they treat you, being on this so much?
They treat me awful.
And why do they treat you bad?
I don't know. I've asked myself that plenty of times. And I don't know why. And sometimes my mom will ask me, does it ever occur to you that maybe you're the problem?
Your mom says this to you? Did you ever have a normal relationship with your mother?
One time my mom had gotten out of prison and she was clean for a really long while. And for that period of time when she was clean, she was the best mom ever. Me and her became so close. She wasn't only my mom, she was my best friend. And now we have nothing. I don't even stay here half the time. I wander the streets just to get away from them.
And you have no friends because your mom, everybody thinks your mom's, well,
Such a bad person.
She is a drug addict, though.
Right.
Do either one of them work?
JD works on and off of jobs,
How do they support their drug habit?
stealing stuff.
Is she ever ashamed by any of this behavior?
No, she kind of laughs at it. She thinks it's funny.
Does she ever show you any love or caring now?
Barely. Whenever I come home, which is like right before I had to go to bed, I stay gone from the time I get up to the time I go to bed, just so I don't have to put up with them. Whenever I come home, she'll tell me to clean or just do something, you know, so I can get out of her hair or whatever, but she really don't show that much love towards me. I haven't found them in a couple weeks, but I find needles laying around all the time.
You find needles laying around the house?
Yeah. It would be awful if my little sister was to pick one up and just stick it in
stuck.
herself. Yeah, exactly, because it's untelling, because my stepdad and my mom, I think, used the same needle. One time I was asleep in my bedroom. I don't know where my mom was that day. JD was sitting on the couch, and I kept smelling smoke. But I knew he didn't have a lighter, so I thought it maybe was just from a match, right? And I walk in there, he's asleep on the couch, and the cigarette is sitting right next to him, and there's almost a fire started, and there's like a huge hole in our couch from where he had set it on fire and had gnawed it out and just let it burn. So I went out there and I woke him up, and I told him that, you know, he almost caught it on fire. He told me to get a cup of water. I got a cup of water and I dumped it on it, and he brought the cushion out here. Then he didn't tell my mom about it, and I told her, and him and her like got into it, you know, because it could have burnt the whole house down, you know.
Just instead of using drugs, not just killing themselves, they could end up killing the whole family.
Exactly.
Burning the house down.
Exactly, but they don't seem to think about that. All they think about is themselves, and it's sickening. It really is. It's awful to have to look at my mom like that.
Have you always been in your mother's care?
No. Children's service. Well, my mom had overdosed one time, and I guess she came to and was trying to get out of her bedroom door, and she was crawling at that point, and I'm laying on the couch taking care of my little sister. I was 9, I think, then, and my little sister was maybe just a couple months. And she's bawling her eyes out. My mom like has 2 needles in her hand, and she's crawling through our trailer hallway, and she pulls herself up, and she looks at me and Jody, and she just like takes off running, and she runs out the back door. She's running around pounding on the trailer. She goes next door and calls the cops and says that somebody broke in her house and was trying to take her kids away from her. The cops come, they find needles, burnt spoons, they found everything, I mean, that you use to do heroin with. And she went to prison for that, and I ended up moving in with my grandmother, which she had custody of me for a year and a half, and then the judge gave my mom back custody when she got out of prison and took all of her classes. Steve, I'm a straight A student. I do everything for my mom. I do everything for her. I babysit, I clean, I make sure that my sister is okay, you know, and it's so hard on me to be like this, you know, because I'm always the strong one. I'm the one that keeps everybody up, and I can't be weak. It's just so hard.
The world's on your shoulders at 15.
Yeah. It's very hard.
Where's your mom now?
Probably in there, sitting on the couch high.
High right now. And this is just an everyday thing.
Yeah. Every single day of my life. This is what I come home to. I'm scared to death for my little sister to get off the bus and walk in and find my mom dead.
What the hell are you doing heroin anyways?
Steve, I got to have it.
Do you think that's safe for your children?
I don't do it around them. I go to the bathroom.
It doesn't
They don't
matter
go
when
to
you
the
come
bathroom
outside,
with me.
you got drugs in your
They
body.
don't go to the
It
bathroom
doesn't
with
matter.
me.
You got the drugs in, you can't make a decent decision to save your life when you're high on heroin.
I want you to know that I know everything that you do. I know everything that you do. From the time you get up and you make them calls, I know what you're doing. And it kills me to know that.
First of all, I'm gonna talk to your mom, but I gotta say, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm really proud of you.
You know,
And
I
I'm gonna
haven't heard that in a while.
Well, you're hearing it now, and everybody else would tell you that too. To be 15, to go through what you're going through, and and not yourself getting hooked up on drugs and taking care of your sister and then staying in school, you're going to go a long way. You really are. Well, I'm here today to try to do anything I can. I'm just going to ask you, if you knew you could have me do anything and change anything here today, what would it be that you'd have me do?
Save my mom's life.
Save your mom's life. I'm going to talk to your mom, I'm going to talk to your stepdad, and I'm going to do everything I can to help you get your mom back, all right?
Thank you.
All right, why don't you take me to your mom?
I'm here with my kids every day.
You're
I
here
fix
with your
meals
mother,
with
big
my
deal.
Kids. I go to
Big
school
deal.
functions
How
with
about
my
your
kids.
daughter telling me she doesn't have any friends? She gets teased on the bus to school because her mother's a junkie. She can't have friends. Other mothers don't want their kids playing with your daughter because you're a junkie. How is it that 15-year-old has to tell me that her mom, wonderful mom Rochelle, going around stealing and then selling the stuff so she can support her habit? You have no shame at all. Your daughter knows you're a drug addict, knows you steal, and she says, she's not lying to me about you stealing, doing drugs, and not being a mother. Not caring about her, not cooking, not doing a damn thing. Nothing.
I clean every day.
Really?
Every day.
What do you do?
Clean. I do the
What,
dishes.
do you pick up the
I
needles?
sweep.
You pick up the needles?
Yeah, I pick up needles, Steve.
No, you don't even do that. Your daughter does that. Did you offer her friends' parents drugs?
Not that I know of. I mean,
Not
I've
that you know
partied
of.
with
Could have
some
been,
of her
right?
friends. Yeah, I mean, I've partied with some of her friends' mothers and fathers. Yeah.
So is that a good idea to do heroin with her friends' parents?
No.
So that their parents would say, hey, yeah, she's a dope head.
No, they are too if they're here doing it with me.
So that's better then, right?
No, it's not.
What the hell are you doing heroin anyways?
Steve, I got to have it. I've been getting high since I was 19 years old. I can't get up out of bed without it. I wake up in the middle of the night and gotta have it. It's just not something that I just wake up and say, okay, God, make me a heroin addict today. That's not what I'm doing.
But at some point you picked heroin though. At some time you weren't on heroin, right?
Yep.
And again, now's the time maybe to come straight. You any kind of mother at all? 15-year-old, at least she's only a couple of years away from being an adult. And you pissed away being a mother to her. Never gonna get that back, but you got a 7-year-old daughter. Here's your children. What are they gonna say when they get older? When she does have friends? When someday she gets married, has her own kids. What'd your mom do? She was an addict. She was a junkie. How often do you use heroin?
Anywhere between 10 to, I don't know, 8 to 10 caps a day.
So basically the whole day, you know, you're doing 6 to 8 caps a day. You're pretty much strung out all day, right? When it's fair to say you're strung out all day long?
Yeah.
How can you be a mother when you're doing drugs all day long?
I do 6 to 8 caps every day, and I sit in this house and I play games with my kids. I cook for my kids. We go places. We watch TV. We watch movies.
Oh, so you're able to function on heroin all day long?
Yeah, I even help Whitney with her work when she comes home from school.
Whitney tells a completely different story, and I could tell, you know, you said you're functioning. Your daughter certainly doesn't think you're functional. Do you think she thinks you're functional? She called me up, asked me to come here to save your life. 15-year-old daughter saying, Steve, I'd like you to come here so you could save my mom's life. So do you really think you're being functional? You don't know. You don't know. Do you think it's a good idea to be doing drugs in the house with your kids here? She tells a story about your boyfriend, high on drugs, falling asleep with a cigarette, almost burning the house down. How would that be? You come home one day, your house is burned up with your kids in it. How much heroin do you think you're gonna need then to ease the pain of losing your children? You think it's safe doing all this drugs? You think you're making clear decisions with your children in the house? Doing heroin? Do you think that's safe for your children? Do you want to put your children in an unsafe condition?
I don't do it around them. I go to the bathroom.
It
They
doesn't
don't
matter
go
when
to the
you come
bathroom
outside,
with me.
you got drugs in your body.
They don't go to the bathroom
It
with
doesn't
me.
matter. You got the drugs in. You can't make a decent decision to save your life when you're high on heroin.
You know what? I'm sick of finding the needles. I'm sick of having to pick them up. I'm sick of all of it. I want Jody to have the life that I don't have.
You ready to pick your kids over drugs? You ready to walk out this door and make a commitment for the next 30 days to go to rehab? Are you ready to make that commitment? Are you ready to get clean for the rest of your life?
Don't cry, JoJo.
I just can't do this without it. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. I can't get up out of bed. You know what? I don't even need it.
Oh, you don't need it, huh? You just need the heroin, huh?
Yeah, this is
Just
what
the
I
heroin
need.
and
Right
spirit.
here. This
That's
right
that.
here.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that.
You
That's
eat your
what I
cereal
need.
with this too? Heroin spoon 1 minute, cereal spoon the next, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, where are you going?
Nowhere. I'm
Nowhere,
just putting
huh?
my jacket up.
Just
Is that
put
all right
your
with
jacket
you?
up. Oh, now you want to clean up, huh?
Yeah.
Are you high right now?
Yeah, I'm high
Functioning
right
high?
now. Yeah, I'm high right now.
Oh, so you're gonna start cleaning up, huh?
Yeah,
A little
that's what I
embarrassed by
usually
what
do.
your house looks like?
Yeah.
Is this the burn mark from old boyfriend there?
Yeah.
You almost burned the whole house down. That's great. That's just wonderful. Safe environment. Just shut the door and all the problems go away. Burn
To get me high. I do.
Why don't you
But
just
I
get
also
clean
still-
and go to work and get a job and be something that your kids can be proud of? Oh, you steal food, huh? Oh, let's see what you got to feed the kids. Oh, a couple hot dogs. What? We're gonna have hot dogs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
My kids like hot dogs.
Well, why don't you steal a little, steal more? Go and steal, but you're too busy selling so you get some money, right?
Yeah.
Because the dope man doesn't want groceries, does he?
No.
He wants cash, right? How many times you making that trip?
About 3-4 times a day.
3-4 times a day to the dope man, huh?
2 hours away.
2 hours away. So between using the dope and getting high and going all the way to the dope man and you say it's 2 hours away, how the hell can you be involved in your kid's life?
I am. I'm involved.
You know what makes me sick? You say you are. You know what sickens me? I feel bad that I'm not at home right now with my kids, but I know my wife's there and she's no drug addict. So my kids are taken care of. I wake up, I kiss my kids, I take them to school, and I feel bad that I'm here. I'm away from them. But you know what? It's at least for a good cause. It's trying to save a 15-year-old's mother. A 15-year-old girl that deserves a decent chance at life, along with your 7-year-old. 2 young girls that all they want. You know what your daughter said to me? You know what she doesn't want to happen? She doesn't want your 7-year-old to come in here and find you dead someday. That's what she wants. She doesn't want your daughter to come in and find mommy dead from an overdose. That's what she wants. Isn't that sad? You ever OD?
Yeah. Yeah. It's been about 7 years ago, or 5 years ago. My husband left to go get more drugs and left the coke dealer in the house, and I talked the coke dealer into fronting me half a gram of cocaine, and I didn't know how much.
It's me that you don't think about me and JoJo. You just think about your JD's next high. And I want you to be done with it. I want you to save your life. I don't want to have to save it.
I was clean.
I know,
189 days. You know I was.
I know, and I've
took
said
Jenny
100
back.
times. I know.
I'm sorry. I took Jenny back.
You know what she said when you were clean those 189 days? You know what she told me outside? Those were the best days of her life.
Because you were my mom, and not only that you were my mom, you were my best friend then. And now me and you have nothing. I don't know what else I can say to make you understand that I want you to get help. And I want you to come back, and I want you to be my mom and my best friend again. You think that I don't see what you do and where you hide your stuff at? I find it every day. Do you know how easy it would be for Jody to stand on a stool and reach right there? It's not even eye level with me, and I can still see it. If she was to open up one of these, I just want you to know that we know. I need you to tell me that you're gonna get help.
The story doesn't end when our guests leave my stage. Stay tuned until the conclusion of the show. You'll never believe what's been going on since they left. You know what's real interesting? I see this picture of you being a mom, and there's like an Easter bunny. Your daughter's with the Easter bunny. And you know what? I got the same pictures in my house. I got the same photographs of my little girl with the Easter bunny, collecting eggs, having a wonderful time. Same thing. And I look at it, and I look back, and I go, oh, my daughter, so beautiful. I love her so much. And I'm like, why can't you just be a good mom and be wonderful to that little girl in the photo? There was your daughter, young girl, Easter bunny, collecting eggs. What was so much different than my life and your life? We're both parents. We both have daughters that we love. But the big difference is I'm actually trying to be a good father and not screw it up and enjoy every day that I have with my daughter before she grows up and goes away. I'm trying to enjoy every day with her. And when you're high, Rochelle, you can't do it. You can't do it. You're missing out on everything. You're missing out on the best thing in your life. Whitney and JoJo. You're not going to have too many more photos. You're not going to have too many more Easter bunnies in your life. Too many more pictures of your daughter collecting Easter eggs, having a good time. Because you're behind that bathroom door. And that's all you're doing. You got something else you want to say to your mom, Whitney?
Mom, what's really aggravating me is that Jody has to go through this. You know, you've took my childhood away from me. You know, right now, I really don't need you. Jody does. And I need you to be strong and be clean for her, not for me, because I don't need it. You know, I'm sick of finding the needles. I'm sick of having to pick them up. I'm sick of all of it. I want Jody to have the life that I don't have with you. You don't have much time with me. I'm getting ready to turn 16. You know, that's only 2 more years that you've got with me. And I want them to be good. But Jody needs you now. I've told you many of times I was scared to death for Jody to walk in and open the bathroom door and find you dead. I'd rather do that, because I know I'm strong enough. You've made me strong enough to do that. You think that I don't see what you do and where you hide your stuff at? I find it every day. And if it's not every day, it's twice a week. Twice a week. Do you want to see where you leave them? Come on. Do you know how easy it would be for Jody to stand on a stool and reach right there? It's not even eye level with me, and I can still see it. If she was to open up one of these, I found cellophanes, empty caps. Looking in the toilet, there's empty caps laying in there. Where's the cup? It keeps water in it all the time. There's cut up cigarette butts. I mean, what do you think that she thinks they're in here for? I just want you to know that we know. Jody knows. She knows all about it. All about it. I mean, she may not understand all the way what exactly is going on, but she knows what you're doing. She does. I want you to get help. I want to look up to you. I want Jody to look up to you. I need you to tell me that you're gonna get help.
And we don't just have 2 years to spend. We have the rest of our lives to spend together. And I'm not going to get help just for Jody. I'm going to go get help for you, for me, and for Jody. I'll do this. And I'll make you proud. I promise you won't ever have to go through this again.
You ready to pick your kids over drugs? You ready to walk out this door and make a commitment for the next 30 days to go to rehab? Are you ready to make that commitment? Are you ready to get clean for the rest of your life? One more thing I need for you to do. You need to tell JD that you're not doing this anymore.
Don't cry, JoJo.
Brittany, I want to thank you for calling me and asking for help for your mom.
I want to thank you for helping her. I
And
want to thank you for helping me.
Well, that's the thing. I'm helping her, but I'm really helping you and your little sister, okay?
Thank you.
Again, I'm proud of you. I really am. I'll be right with you, okay?
Okay.
Dad, I'm going to rehab. I'm not going to do this anymore. I can't be around you and be getting high when I come home. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be okay, baby.
The story doesn't end when our guests leave my stage. Stay tuned until the conclusion of the show. You'll never believe what's been going on since they left.
My name is Rochelle, and I'm here at A Better Tomorrow in Orange County, California. I've been here 34 days, and when I first got here, it was real bad. I was hallucinating real bad. I messed up my nose. I got a scar forever. The first week that I was in detox, it was really, really hard, and I just got discouraged. I didn't want to be here. I begged ABT to let me go. I called the show, Steve, and begged him to let me leave, to come and get me or do something. I was ready to make a deal with the devil just to get out of the program, but I stuck it out for myself and for my kids. I'm very happy to be clean. I want to put my arms around my... if I could talk to Steve, I would tell Steve, thanks for saving my life, my family's life, to show me how to be a better person and to show me that I can be somebody and that I can be clean and sober.
I'm really trying.
Yeah, I'm really trying too, but your finger's all on my face.
Stand up for a second. Just stand up.
I ain't got no problem. She's the one with the problem.
Wipe that smirk off your face. You have sex with men and women. Sleeping with 18 different men, and I see you got hickeys on your neck. Any particular reason why you want to join a gang?
Because it's fun. I like to do crystal meth, smoke weed, pop pills. Don't you have respect for yourself? Shut up!
Do you love your mother?
A little bit.
A little bit.
You want to send me to jail?
Yeah, I do. I'm taking one girl to jail already. I might as well take two. Get off my stage, right through that door. Right through. Right this way, girls. Step in. Meet your new best friend.
I better not see a smirk on your face.
Get that stuff out of your head right now. Turn around and see that.
I've been in prison for 16 years. You is soft. Shut up.
Welcome to hell, ladies. I am the devil.
Welcome to the show. My first guest is Jade. Is that pronouncing that right? And you're 15 years old, and why are you on the show today?
My mom called the show because she says I have an attitude problem, which I don't think I got nothing wrong with me. She said that I have an attitude problem because I like to drink, not listen. I like to do crystal meth, smoke weed, pop pills. I ain't got no problem. She's the one with the problem.
And I see you got hickeys on your neck.
Yup. That's what they
Engaging in
are.
sex at 15.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't see any kind of problem?
Nope. I don't see there's nothing wrong
No
with
problem doing crystal meth, doing drugs. So it's a good idea to like lose control of your senses.
I don't lose control of my senses.
So you're the one person that does crystal meth, and you're totally focused.
Yep, I'm totally fine with it.
They tell me you do a drug called Skittles.
Skittles. It's called Triple C, but they call it Skittles.
What is that?
It's a pill that gets you really high, and that's why I overdosed on it. Because I took it. I took 26 of them.
You overdosed on it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you stay really focused and control. 15 years old and you have sex with men and women.
Yeah. Isn't that surprising?
Nothing wrong with being bi. I mean, if you want to be with women,
ain't
I don't
nothing
see
wrong
any
with
problem with it. I think at 15, though, you're too immature, and especially by the things that you're saying on my stage, you're too immature to be in a sexual relationship.
Okay.
Okay.
And your point is?
You hang out with gang members?
Yeah.
And why is that? Because you want to do that too?
Yeah, I do.
And why do you want to do that?
Why do I want to do that? Because
Yeah.
those are the people I like hanging out with. Nobody's going to stop me hanging out with who I want to hang out with.
And why do you like
Not my
hanging out
mom,
with gang
not
members,
you,
though?
not the police.
Why do you
Nobody's
like
gonna
hanging
stop
out with gang
me.
members?
Because I can.
You want to say you want to hang around with gang members, you want to join a gang, you should be able to articulate it. Why do you want to do that?
Because
Not
I
just
do.
because.
That's my answer. Because I do. That's my answer.
Because you do.
Yeah, that's my answer.
So what if your mom says, hell with you, I'm going to lock your ass up, I'm going to throw you in juvie hall, because that's what I want to do.
Well, then she can do that. I'll go see my friends in there. If she does it, that's fine for me. I mean, it's a vacation for me in there. I already know people that's in juvie. I'm fine with it.
You're fine with juvie.
Mm-hmm.
You're fine with juvie standing on my stage and
Yeah,
saying
I'm
it.
fine
When
with
you're
it.
actually there, I don't think you'd have this
No,
attitude
I've
while
heard
you're
about
in
it.
there.
All my friends, almost all my friends have been in there.
All your and they all want to get out, right?
Not all of them.
Oh, they want to stay in juvie.
No, not all of them.
What gang do you want to join?
Well, you don't got to worry about it. I ain't going to say it on TV.
Why?
Why?
You're so proud. You want to hang out with them and you want to join their gang. Show the pride. Show the pride. Yeah, show the pride.
Yeah, that's a good one. And if I do it, I do it. I'm not going to go out running the streets saying I'm going to join a gang every day. I mean,
So watch your mouth.
it ain't like that, so.
Well, tell me. Educate me. How is it?
How is it?
How is it? Because I have a little girl at home and I want to do everything I can do to prevent her from acting like this.
Acting like
So
me?
tell me.
You get girls on me on the stage almost every day, so. You get girls like me before. I've seen plenty of your shows. I was watching your show when they called me. So I see what you do every day. I see how you yell at people. I ain't saying it's a bad thing. I mean, but I'm just saying.
So let me ask you
ain't gotta
something,
talk to me like
Jade.
that.
Jade, you know, I don't think this is how a girl really wants to act. Maybe something's happening in your life. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in your life that you would act like this. But I got to imagine you're 15. When you were 10 years old, you didn't act like this.
No, it started when I was 13. Started doing drugs, hanging out with the wrong people, and then I got kicked out of school when I was 13, and then ever since then it's
Let me,
not been
and now,
good.
I don't want to yell at you. I want to know, at 13 years old, why did you make the decision to start using drugs?
Because I started hanging out with the wrong people.
Well, okay,
at
let's
school.
start right there. Why do you say that they were the wrong people?
Because
You started using drugs?
yeah, because I started using drugs, and I started running away since I met them. I started getting cars with boys, saying I can do whatever I want to do when I was 13, and then I first got arrested when I was 13.
And what did you get arrested for?
For running away, except for running away from the cops.
When you were 13 years, what drug did you use at 13?
Weed.
And when did you start using these heavier drugs?
14.
14, a year later?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the night that you overdosed.
Well, I was hanging out with my friends, and we decided to go to the store to jack some pills, so that's what we did. We got the pill, we went back to her pad.
You stole some pills.
Yeah, we stole some pills. We went back to her pad, started taking them. I took 26.
Jade, sit down with me. Talk to me, please. Please sit down and talk with me.
I took the pills, then I started getting really sick. I started throwing up everywhere.
You took 26 pills.
Maybe 27, 26.
26, 27 pills. And
It was in a
you
packet.
almost died from it. Honestly, just tell me. You did that and you woke up the next day and you lived. What did you feel about doing that?
Nothing, I didn't care.
Why don't you care? I mean, honestly, don't you want to live life?
Yeah, but I didn't care. I still don't care. I still take pills.
If your mother someday has to come down to a hospital, instead of talking to a doctor, the doctor's telling her that you're dead. Think about it. Your mother, you love your mother, don't you?
Yeah,
Do you think your mother loves you?
yeah. She told me she loves me, but she's annoying. She talks too much.
Excuse me.
Sorry, she talks way too much. She needs to shut her mouth like every day.
Stand up for a second. Just stand up. I'm sorry. I'm not going to tolerate it. You're 15 years old.
You want to smirk and you want to cuss your mom out, be disrespectful. We're going to see how tough you are when I take your ass to jail.
Welcome to hell, ladies. I am the devil.
What do you want out of life? What do you want to be someday?
I don't know yet.
Did you ever have any dreams of being anything?
I want to do hair, but I don't know.
You want to be a hairstylist? A little known fact about me, I went to beauty school when I was your age.
You did?
Yeah, I did. My mother
With
was...
no hair?
I had long, beautiful hair when I was 15 years old.
Are you lying to me?
No, I'm not.
Did you braid it every day or what?
No, I blow-dried it. And I thought that I'd be blow-drying it forever. And then about 10 years later, it just started disappearing. Honest God, that's the truth. And honest to God, I went to beauty school when I was 15 years old. I didn't want to go. My mom made me go. But I'm saying at 15, I know you have this hard edge to you. And honestly, I'm looking at you, and you might have some friends, like you said, the wrong people. And I certainly don't think you want to hang out with, like we talk about gangs. They rob, steal, beat people up, sell drugs, and kids and adults die because of it. And I know, listen, be yourself. You say you have friends, oh, they like juvie and it's okay, not all my friends. But honestly, I think you're smarter than that. I don't think you'd want for 1 second to have your freedom, your liberty denied to you. Do you know some kids that don't do drugs, that are good kids, are good students, are good members of their community? You don't know anybody? Well, because maybe you're just too busy hanging out with the wrong kids. You know, I do the show, and I do yell at people, and I'm really hard on some people. And especially when they're older, and they're adults, and they've made the decisions they made. But you're 15 years old, and the thing is, you have your whole life in front of you. And maybe we can change it. Maybe we can save you. And that's why I don't want to yell at you, right? I want to get through. I want to get through the skull and say, hey, wake up, man. You could be anything. You could do anything. Don't throw your life away for nonsense. I want to bring your mom out.
You do crystal meth? I can't believe what you've just told him. You've lied to me. I ask you about drugs all the time. You told me you've only done marijuana. Why?
Why are you embarrassing me? Shut up, man. You're
Listen, please.
But she doesn't have to cry in my face.
Listen, I'm
I
trying.
understand you're mad, but you get all to my face.
Listen to me, young lady. I'm trying to speak to you in a respectful manner, and I'm trying to give you respect right now.
Just sit down.
Listen, look at me. Do not tell your mother anything. You are a child, and you listen to your adult mother. Do you understand? You almost lost your daughter to an overdose. I have 2 children at home, and I see your daughter and the things that she says and what she wants to do, and I want to do everything I can to prevent it. Tell me exactly how does it feel knowing your daughter overdosed?
That day was the scariest day of my whole life. She calls me up, and I just thought she had a stomach ache. By the time I picked her up, got her home, she was foaming at the mouth. And I asked her, did you do drugs? And she's like, no, I just have a stomach ache. And I was like, there's something wrong. And that's when she finally admitted that she had done this cold and flu medicine. By the time we got her to the hospital, literally, you guys, she was like this in my arms. She was foaming at the mouth. She's throwing up.
She's doing what you're doing, that you actually did it. She's just showing us how you did it. And listen, I'm going to tell you, watch your mouth. Don't be disrespecting your mother.
You don't have to yell at me, and I'll stop taking.
You know what? I tried not yelling at you, and if you're not going to listen, then I'm going to yell. But I don't want to yell. So listen to your mother. Don't disrespect her on my stage. Don't disrespect her at home.
Well, then don't yell at me.
Listen, stop swearing. Don't disrespect your mother, and I won't yell at you. That's
Your
a promise.
finger does not belong in my face.
You know what? I'm really trying. I'm really trying.
Yeah, I'm really trying too, but your finger is all up in my face.
It's not up in your face.
It just was.
Don't you have respect for yourself?
Shut up! Why do you talk so much? She never talks back to me, only because you're right here. Your finger's in my face again.
Too damn bad, young lady. That's right, I'm going to get crazy. Because I hear the way a 15-year-old talks to her mother. Am I far away enough now?
Yes, you're fine.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Did you come here because you actually want to change your life, or do you feel that you're just going to be defiant the whole show and say, hell with you, hell with my mother, hell with everybody, and I want to go out on the street?
Obviously, I'm here if I need help.
Do you want help?
I wouldn't be here if I
want
don't
help?
need it. Yes,
okay.
I do.
Then please be quiet while we listen to your mother's story.
By the time I got her to the hospital, we rushed her into a emergency bed. And, you know, she's crying. She's like, Mommy, am I going to be okay? The hardest thing was to sit there and hold her hand while they're putting IVs in her, and her heart rate would go, and then it'd flatline, and it'd go, and it'd flatline. And I'm sitting there having to tell my daughter, you're going to be okay. Stay strong, honey. You're going to be okay. She wasn't. I didn't have anyone. I couldn't call anybody. I didn't want to walk away from her hand. I was so afraid that I was going to lose my daughter that night, and I couldn't tell anybody. By the time they started hooking in IVs, we also realized that she had been tagged from her breast all the way to her navel. When we called the police...
What does that mean?
She had written... People had written their names on her and their initials.
Why?
Well,
it's not how it seems.
When the police...
Well, hold on a second. Mom, you tell me, why did they write their names on her?
Well, when the police got there to take a report, I mean, you know how hard it is to have to go in there and take a picture of your daughter covering things up just to take a report for a police officer? And he said that some of the gang members, what they do is they give them these pills to get them unconscious. But they tag them, and when she hits the point of being unconscious, then they do something called the train.
That's not what it was,
If I did not show up that day, who knows what?
It was before I took the pills.
I'm talking.
But it was before I took the pills.
You let men...
No, it didn't even see how...
Well, I'm asking you. Before you took the pills, you let guys scrawl all over you?
A guy did it right here, and then a girl put her first initial and her last initial right here. It wasn't for no gang. They did a bomb. It's called a bomb on your stomach. They did it on my stomach of their name. It wasn't being initiated into anywhere.
Don't you have respect for yourself, Jade? Why would you let someone...
It was a girl!
I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. Have respect for yourself.
Shut up! Why do you talk so much?
Because you're disrespectful.
Embarrassing on TV. Okay, I get that I'm disrespectful. That's why I'm here. Okay, well, then you don't have to yell at me. You don't have to yell at me. I get that you love me, but you don't have to yell at me on TV. You are seriously annoying me. This is what I go through every day. I get that you love me, but you ain't got to say it
what
like
do you
it's
go
different.
through every day? This is so terrible. You have a mother that cares about you. I'll tell you something.
Okay, well, you don't have to try getting crazy with me just because somebody's right here.
Dead?
She never talks back to me, only because you're right here.
I don't
want to
see you dead. I don't want to see you
back
drugged.
it up. Back
You know what,
it up.
Jade, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Stand up for a second. Just stand up. You know, I don't get it, and I don't want to be one of these guys. I really don't want to be these guys. Oh, back in the day when I was a kid, I walked 10 miles through the snow. But I certainly had a father that would have whipped my ass if I would even acted 10% of what you're acting. You know, that's part of the problem.
Your finger's in my face again.
Oh, no, it's not in your face.
Well, it's right
you
here.
walk up. Hey,
right here.
you know what? Too damn bad, young lady. That's right. I'm going to get crazy because I hear the way a 15-year-old talks to her mother. I'm sorry, I'm not going to tolerate it.
Like this even
You're
at the
15 years old. I tried to be nice. I tried to actually sit down and have a conversation with you. And I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm talking to you civilized. But what I won't do is allow any child talk to their mother on my stage the way you do. You know, I get kids on here begging me that their parents are on drugs. And please, Steve, can you help me? Because I want my mother. Your mother's here because she cares about you. She wants you stopping drugs. So you know what? You're way ahead of the ball game. What are you, some spoiled little brat?
Yep.
You think you're calling the shots? Do you really?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
What's that smirk for?
Because I have a smirk.
You got a smirk? Oh, that's real funny. I think I know how to wipe it off your face.
Do it.
I'm going to. What do you think, like, you're just coming around and you're the first 15-year-old I've ever dealt with?
No, I seen your show.
Yeah. You think you're going to be real tough in jail?
Yeah, you want to send me to jail?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, then that's fine with me.
Oh, good. And with your permission, we can take her to jail?
Yeah, my permission.
You want to smirk and you want to cuss your mom out and be disrespectful? We're going to see how tough you are when I take your ass to jail.
Welcome to hell, ladies. I am the devil.
I want my mom.
Tell me how did this happen with this 15-year-old?
You know, she's always been kind of a difficult kid, but you know, years ago, like the Jade I miss is the one who was funny. She would dance and put shows on for us. We'd cuddle up and watch TV. And Steve, this was only a few years ago, and I've lost my daughter. I don't know.
And how did you lose your daughter?
She just started hanging out with gang members.
You know, she said that she doesn't know any good kids. I don't believe that. I think everywhere there's some kids that say
she lives with a good kid. My other daughter is
she's not.
Is a great kid. She
thinks that so great.
She worked.
You know what? If you don't listen to me, you will listen to me, or I'm going to have you thrown off the stage. How's that?
Well, then I can go off the stage if you want me to.
Take her off the stage. You ain't at home. Why isn't she in school?
She refuses to go. She started as a freshman. She was very defiant to the teachers. She started telling off gang members. She was getting beat up every day. At one point, she...
Why was she getting beat up every day?
Because she would tell gang members off, girl gang members, and then they started beating her up. She just didn't know when to stop talking to them, and didn't know. Obviously, you hear the way she talks, and this is every single day. Her vocabulary has that word in it, every other word.
How, as a parent, do you deal with that on a daily basis? I mean, at what point do you say, you know what, I've been living with this too long, you've been doing drugs, you're doing all this crazy nonsense, you're going to either end up dead, you know what, I'm going to put your ass in juvie.
I've tried to put her in juvie. I've talked to the cops. Calling the cops is a weekly thing in our house. She kicks in my bedroom door if she doesn't get what she wants. I have to sleep with things because I'm not sure at what point she's going to go from 0 to 90. It's awful. It's a nightmare.
So you don't even get peace in your own house?
I don't get peace. I come home and I'm just.
Do you ever sit down and try to talk to her?
I do. Every single day. I'm like, Jade, you want to do something? You want to go somewhere? I've offered to I've tried to take time to just spend time with her so we could find a better relationship. I've taken classes to try and help. I feel like I just don't know what to do. And every time I call the cops, she falls through the crack. There's somehow she just smiles and talks to them, and and she tells people she'll make up stories. Or if I tell them that she's crazy like this, then she'll be like, no, I'm not. I'm fine.
What do you hope to happen with coming here?
I just want I want my daughter back. I want that daughter that that just loved on me, I I want my daughter to be alive. I want her to have a future. It scares me when the phone rings when I'm at work and they bring me the phone and then she's going to be dead. I'm scared that she's going to have a future of drugs or she's going to end up pregnant, you know, and I'm trying to raise her already. I'm a single parent. I can't raise a baby. I'm afraid for her future. And I love this girl so much that I have gone over and over just trying to find things that I could do to help our relationship. I don't think I'm a bad parent. I don't think that I've abused her. I've done nothing like that. And I don't know how I ended up with a child like this.
Well, we've dealt with children like yours before. And I think a bit of it is showing them their future, what is bound to happen to them, and then you go from there. You give them a taste of it, and I think somewhere down in there, there's something that, you know, she can be that good kid again.
She could.
But
but I just...
Well, with your permission, let me take your daughter to jail.
You have my permission?
All right. You know, I actually tried. I wanted to talk to you and actually maybe get through here on the stage and not have to take you to Detroit and put you in that very bad situation. But you want to smirk and you want to cuss your mom out and be disrespectful for her. You want to sit back here and smirk while your mom's crying on stage.
I'm not smirking, no.
Well, I saw you smirking on stage. And I see you trying to call the shots, okay, and telling me not to do this and telling your mom to shut up. Well, we'll see. We're going to see how tough you are in jail. We're going to see. I want to see that fierce attitude that you have. I want to see you have it tomorrow when I take your ass to jail.
She believes anything people tell her. How come she doesn't believe in her mom?
I'm taking you to jail, and you deserve to go to jail. Get off my stage right through that door.
I've been in prison for 16 years. You is soft. Shut up.
My guest is Maribel. Maribel, why are you here?
I'm here to get help for my daughter. These 2 past years, nothing but trouble. And lately, this couple of months, it's been like tearing me apart and my family. And I have no peace. I want to help my daughter. I feel like there's no hope for her.
What is she doing?
She's been doing games, enjoying games, drugs, sex, stealing, almost killing innocent people. She just wants to hang around with her homies and be free and have no future.
How do you feel that your daughter, she was in a gang?
Yes. She said she enjoyed this game like 4 months ago, and then she stole a car and crashed and almost killed people. And then after that, she said that she wants to get out of the game. The sad part that she's only 16 years old.
And you were saying she almost killed innocent people?
She stole a car. She ran away. I called the police because she ran away. And then they called me and they said that my daughter stole a car. And then a couple of hours later, police called me and said, we got your daughter, you need to come and pick her up. And I said, well, I already ran a runaway report. Why didn't you guys just take it? She goes, no, she's a minor, you need to come and get her. So I went over there and I find out that she crashed the car and she almost killed a 17-year-old girl and a pregnant woman.
Who were in another car, or?
They were the 70-year-old girl that she was just walking, and the other lady, she was in a car in her parking lot. And I don't know how these people are right now, because I'm afraid to find out that I don't know, they're alive or they're life to be the same like they used to be before my daughter done what she done.
And then your daughter, because of this, she did have some remorse then, right?
Right.
And she wanted to get out of the gang?
Right, correct.
Tell me about that.
Okay, after this happened, I said, Daniela, where do you think you're going to go? And she said, well, I want to get out of the gang so I can stop doing these things. So I said, let me help you. She said, okay. So I even took her to a place that she's supposed to meet the other gang members. And they're supposed to beat her up. And they did. And I was like running.
You watched
around.
your daughter get beat up?
No, I was supposed to be following her, but I lost her because they were driving so fast. And I said, well, I'm trying to be close to you, so in case it gets real ugly, maybe I can go over there and help you. But I lost her, and I was just like running around the neighborhood and pray for my daughter that she was going to be okay, that I hope these people will not kill her because she wants to get out of the game. She was up until 2 o'clock running around, and I couldn't find her. So
they jumped her out. They beat her up out of the gang.
She called me 4 o'clock in the morning. She said, Ma, come and pick me up. So I jumped out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I went and picked her up. And I looked at her, and she was all muddy and all messed up a little bit. And she said, my head hurts. There was a whole bunch of supposed to be fighting a girl to get out, and then she said it turned out that all the guys jumped on her and kicked her and beat her up.
And since she's been out of the gang for 2 months, any other problems with gangs?
A couple of weeks ago, she told me that she was throwing the garbage outside, and this guy took her against her will, she said, and took advantage of her. And this guy, she said that she was talking to him for a month. And now after when he went with him, the guy told her that he was in a gang, in another different gang. So when I called her on the phone and I said, Daniela, where are you? Because she disappeared. Like, I look around and where's Daniela? Where's Daniela? I always had to watch her where she go because I'm scared. So I called her and she said, I'm with my boyfriend. And I said, well, is it me you left home? She said, sure. And she hung up on me. And she was gone for 2 days. And then I was just worried to death, like where she was, what she was doing. I hope she was okay. 2 days later, my cousin called me and she said, you know, these gang members had your daughter and they're hurting her. And she wants help. She wants me to help her, that because they have her against her will. And I started shaking and I was like, no, that's not true. She promised me she was going to change. That's what she's been telling me all this time, but I think I'm just being blind.
You think she's lying too?
She's telling me things that I want to hear.
What would you hope to happen today?
I'm hoping that you might help me for her to open her eyes, to show her the real world out there. Don't believe anything people telling her. Because I think she doesn't love herself, and she believes she meets these people in the phone or the internet that she never really met in person, and then they telling her all these things, and she believes anything people tells her. But how come she doesn't believe in her mom? How come he doesn't believe me that I love her?
Well,
and I don't want her to be her. No, I want her to save her pain. Why did she have to go through a lot of pain?
Well, you know what, Maribel, I will do everything I can to help you and help your daughter. Let's bring her out and hear what she has to say. Wipe that smirk off your face. Get off my stage right through that door. Right there. Have you been doing all these things that your mom say?
Yeah.
It's just hard for me, even dealing with all the teenagers I've dealt with in my life. I find it hard to believe I have this young girl sitting on my stage that you're stealing cars and joining gangs and running away with men and you're gone and your mother's fearful of everything you're doing and you're selling drugs and you're stealing things. Tell me these things aren't true.
They are true.
First of all, wipe that smirk off your face. And you know, I know if my mother was sitting on a stage and crying about my actions of what I was doing, I would be embarrassed. I would be shameful. I would say, what the hell am I doing to my mother? Do you not feel these things? Really? You don't care that your mother is crying about you? That she's fearful of you?
No.
Are you just stupid or you're acting stupid?
No.
Then if you can't give me a decent answer, stand up. Any particular reason why you want to join a gang?
Because it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, and I get to hang around with my friends.
You hang around, gang's fun. I want to hang around my friends.
Because they have your back for anything.
They have your back for anything.
Yeah.
Then you know very little about gangs. When you go to jail because you committed some crime because you're in this gang, do you know who comes visits you in jail? Nobody. Do you think somebody's going to take care of your mother? You think your gang member friends are going to look out for your mom while you're gone, rotting away in jail?
No.
No. I'm told that you had to take the rap for the car accident because of the gang, right?
Yeah.
Great friends, huh? Take the rap. Stand-up people, take the rap.
No, but that's what we're supposed to do.
Says who?
They said so.
They said so. What about your mother? You'll listen to any dope on the street, but you don't listen to your mother? Who do you think has more interest in your well-being?
My mom and my dad.
Okay. So you're going to listen to some goofs instead of your mother?
I don't know.
I've had bad guys and bad girls on the show. I don't look at you and say, oh, there's a menace. I say, there's a little girl. She should be in school. And I'll ask you, why aren't you in school doing what you're supposed to be doing at 16 years old? Not sleeping with 18 different men? Beautiful. Do you ever think about the consequences of what you're doing?
Yeah.
And what are the consequences? You fill me in. Maybe I don't know.
Getting pregnant and getting a disease.
There's two good consequences. And you don't fear either one of them?
Yeah.
You're just non-caring about anybody, anything. Do you love your mother?
A little bit.
A little bit. Why a little bit?
Because she's always on my back ever since.
Yeah, guess what? Parents do that because they love their children. They don't want to see them join gangs, doing drugs, and sleeping with a bunch of men.
I know that.
What has your mother done? Care for you? Cry for you? Try to get you out of a gang? What terrible thing is your mother doing that I'm missing?
She don't let me, her and my dad, they're always telling me that I'm too young to even go to hang out with my cousins at the mall.
Well, maybe they feel so. And obviously, by your actions, you are too young. You are too young to make decisions. Maybe if you acted a little more mature and didn't do the things that you were doing, maybe they would let you hang out with your cousins. But if you go around stealing cars and sleep with a bunch of men and you disappear, guess what? I'd be nailing your bedroom door shut. What gives you the right to flush your life away, not to do anything with it? The most precious gift of all, life, and you're just going to blow yours down the toilet.
I really don't care.
You don't care?
No.
You really don't?
No.
So you don't care if your life ends tomorrow?
No.
You don't care if your mother will then spend every remaining day of her life grieving over you? You don't care if you break your mother's heart?
No.
You don't? Well, you know what, Mom? I'm sorry. This is going to be hard, but I'd like you to stand up, please. And I want you to look in your mother's eyes and just tell me what you told me. Mom, I don't care if I break your heart and if I put you in agony for the rest of your life. Tell her.
I don't care if I break your heart and put you in agony for the rest of my life.
Someday you will probably watch the show and you will really say, what the hell was I thinking?
You're breaking my heart, Daniela. And I love you. And you know I'd do anything for you. I even told you that I will die for you. If it's necessary. I love you, Daniela. You're the most beautiful thing for me.
How about the fact that you almost took innocent lives? You don't have any feelings about that?
No.
You really don't care that you almost killed innocent people? You have no feeling about that?
No.
Tell me that's not true. Tell me you actually had feelings, you thought about it. That you would stop me from attacking your mother, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's cut the BS. You do love your mother.
A little bit.
A little bit. Would you really care if you took a stolen car and you ran over a child crossing the street?
No.
You wouldn't care if you took an innocent child's life. Think about what you're saying.
When I started
So would it be
hanging out
right
with
for
those
me to
people-
do something bad to your mother, but you can go and take some other mother's child and you wouldn't give a damn?
Yeah.
Mom, you know, I'm taking one girl to jail already. I might as well take two. Mom, with your permission, can I take your daughter to jail?
Của mình. Lấy ví dụ minh họa một vài năm trước, công ty điện thoại New York đã từng phải đối mặt với một trong những khách hàng khó chịu nhất. Người này đã bén cổ một cô gái trọng tài và ông ta nói như là điên dại. Anh ta đe dọa và lôi điện thoại ra khỏi boss và anh ta từ chối chi trả một số khoản phí mà anh ta cho rằng là không hợp lý. Anh ta viết rằng những lá thư tới những cái tòa soạn báo và anh ta đã nộp hàng loạt các đơn khiếu nại lên Ủy ban Dịch vụ Công cộng và bắt đầu vụ kiện chống lại công ty điện thoại này. Cuối cùng, một trong những người giải quyết các gói giàu kỹ năng nhất được giới thiệu để gặp chú Chim Bảo. Báo này, người giải quyết rắc rối đã lắng nghe và chỉ để cậu bé nhiều tuổi có tính khoái chí tuôn ra những lời chỉ trích của mình. Thì người đàn ông của công ty điện thoại chỉ lắng nghe, trả lời đúng vậy và thể hiện sự thông cảm trước những lời bất bình. Anh ta say sưa đã nói về những cái gì mà lắng nghe gì trời. Gần 3 tiếng đồng hồ, người giải quyết rắc rối nói chỉ kể lại những trải nghiệm của mình tại một trong những lớp học của tôi. Sau đó tôi lại quay lại và tiếp tục lắng nghe. Tôi đã gặp anh ấy 4 lần và trước khi chuyến thăm thứ tư kết thúc, tôi đã trở thành thành viên sáng lập của tổ chức do anh ta thành lập và Hiệp hội Bảo vệ người đăng ký điện thoại. Tôi đã là thành viên của tổ chức này trong chừng mực được biết. Tôi là sinh viên duy nhất trên thế giới ngày nay đang được đồng hành cùng anh. Tôi lắng nghe và đồng cảm với những gì mà mọi điều về anh ấy đưa ra trong cuộc gặp gỡ. Anh ấy chưa từng gặp một nhân viên công ty điện thoại nào nói chuyện với anh ấy theo cách như vậy trước đây. Và anh ấy đã trở nên cực kỳ thân thiện. Thậm chí tôi còn không đề cập đến vấn đề mà để nói tới anh ấy trong lần gặp đầu tiên. Vấn đề ấy cũng không được nhắc đến trong lần gặp thứ hai hay thứ ba. Và nhưng đến lần gặp thứ tư, tôi đã đóng vụ việc hoàn tất lại và tất cả những hóa đơn đã được thanh toán đầy đủ. Và lần đầu tiên trong lịch sử những gây rắc rối phải gặp với công ty điện thoại, anh ấy đã rút đơn khiếu nại lên ủy ban. Và không cần nghi ngờ gì nữa, anh tự coi mình là một hiệp sĩ thánh chiến, người bảo vệ các quyền của cộng đồng chống lại sự bóc lột tàn nhẫn. Nhưng trên thực tế, điều làm anh muốn là cảm giác thấy mình quan trọng. Lúc đầu anh ấy có được cảm giác này bằng cách gây sự và phàn nàn. Nhưng ngay sau khi mình cảm thấy mình là người quan trọng nhờ vào những sự kiện của một đại diện công ty và những bất bình trong tưởng tượng và anh ta tan thành mây khói. Một buổi sáng nhiều năm trong một cửa hàng thì một khách hàng giận dữ xông vào văn phòng. Người sáng lập một công ty, sau này đã trở thành nhà phân phối len lớn nhất thế giới, ngành may mặc. Người đàn ông này nợ chúng tôi $15. Ngài Desmer giải thích với chúng tôi là khách